Hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. I know I'm in a black screen. I love the new waiting screen. Thanks, Max, man. Yeah, it's super sick, right? It's super cool. Rise of Shadows themed. I hope we can always come up with good ones for each expansion. The last couple have been nuts, right? I started it with Rosticons. I had like a generic Regis piece made, and then we did a Rosticons piece, and then a Rise piece. And hopefully we can stay up with each new expansion to create some cool new artwork for me. Put on the slides, etc. Lots of cool things to be done. So don't freak out, guys. There is a plan here. There's a reason this is all currently a black screen, because we're not going to be playing Hearthstone today. We are going to be building decks. Decks, I tell you. Okay. I think I'm going to make myself a little smaller today. Boy, that hit home hard. I need to do that in real life. Make myself a little smaller. That needs to be a goal, a real life goal, man. Whew! That hurt. That hurt. Ouch. Psyops, Linthe, Diamond Lights, we had on Tentacle, Blue Zombie, Crypt Snipe, Smokeboat, S7S4 Go. That just says let's forego. Okay. Makes sense. Hey Mage. Hey Big Mood. Hey Faroon. Starshine. King's Nut. Galactic Tater. Great name. Patches did nothing wrong. Another good name there. Who else is here?
Regis,
I don't know. People. Lots of people.
Knowledge.
Indeed, thick with knowledge and experience and wisdom. That's why I'm so thick. All the knowledge and wisdom and experience in the world. You were hurrying so much with your review, you misread a couple cards. Well, I think I misspoke on one, but I reviewed it the same. The adjacent minions one, I just said all, because I literally just said all like 3 times. All the new cards! It was just stuck in my brain. But the review on that one's right. Obviously, if it silenced all minions, that'd be like a 5-star card. It would be insane. It would be ridiculously good. Did I misread something else? Like, did I misread anything where it was just more than a misspeak, where I misunderstood an effect or anything? I don't feel like so. And Waffle Pig is Death Rattle on Battlecry. No, I know. That's why I said it has some downside, because it's going to be hard to control. Did I say Battlecry? Again, I may have misread them, but both of those I actually knew what they were. And I think talked about them in regard to their actual effect. There have been some I have actually gotten wrong before, but so far I think those might have just been misspeaks. Can you theorycraft a fatigue warrior with Alicia? I don't know what Alicia is. You mean Aliciana, maybe? Probably, yeah. I honestly had more mistakes. And I did a last pass in the video. I had like one card I had 2 different star scores for. Like I recorded it twice. Another one I still messed up. One of the star scores, I put the wrong stars in. It's really hard to edit, like 54 cards. You kind of lose your sanity. It all gets super repetitive. It's just over and over again, and you never know exactly what's going on. So I'm not too surprised by any of those mistakes. I prioritized speed and efficiency over perfection. It would take 6 hours to edit that video perfectly, which I just can't spend 6 hours doing it. Do you have a spreadsheet? I don't, but Mage does. Mage all deserves in keeping track of my scores, which, by the way, I'm pretty happy with how my distributions landed. Like, the histogram for my card scores is pretty much a perfect bell curve. Pretty much a perfect bell curve. I would have liked maybe 1 or 2 more 5-star cards, but nothing stood out. I'm not going to force a 5-star card that's not there. I just didn't see anything, so what are you going to do? All right, guys, let's build some decks. I need a way to do this where there's not a million Magic the Gathering Arena advertisements everywhere. My God, Hearthstone. Doing some work for you guys. There it is. Thank you, Mage, for linking that. Do you have the deck code? No, I really don't have it handy, man. Somebody might have it in chat, but which cards do you wish you'd rated 5 stars? I don't think there's any I wish I would have rated 5 stars. I just wish there had been more 5-star cards, I guess. There's nothing I like regret and would go back and rate. I just don't think there were that many 5-star cards. But if it were perfect distribution, I would have had maybe like 5 or 6 5-star cards, 10 to 15 1-star cards, and then what we had for 2s, 3s, and 4s I think was fine. I just want 3 to be a very minor peak. Honestly, I think 2s should be more than 4s. There are typically more 2-star cards in Hearthstone than 4-star cards, so that's pretty representative of what we normally see in an expansion. I was pretty happy with him. Hey, Gerardo Pepe. How's it going? Is everything running? I feel like everything's not going. Everything's running. Okay, we're fine. Except for me. I think we're going to make a Bomb Warrior deck, though, first, guys. Let's build a new deck. This one's going to be Bomb Warrior. And I don't know what that's going to look like yet, but let's go take a look at some new Rise of Shadows cards. I want Warrior. Can you do Warrior and Rise of Shadows simultaneously? I guess not. That's kind of annoying. Can you do both? Is there a way to filter by deck now or by expansion? Well, that'll help for sure. Well, I don't know. We'll just do it this way. This is fine. It's not that annoying. Just not exactly what I want. Maybe that's it. So let's see. Bomb Warriors. We're gonna start off with Dr. Boom, of course. New card that summons boom bots for each bomb in your opponent's deck, which means we also need some bomb summoning cards. So Clockwork Goblin, for instance, shuffles a bomb into your opponent's deck. So we need 2 of those. That's kind of our core package. I don't think we want to go totally crazy with bombs. I think you can easily go too far with your bomb summoning. Are there any other new Rise cards that summon bombs, or are we just going to go grab Seaforium Bomber? Is that the full package, for instance? Maybe we just grab Seaforium Bomber. Is that a 5-mana card? 5-mana, 5/5, right? Seaforium Bomber. I feel like I'm forgetting one. Is there not another? Oh, Wrench Caliber. Yes, that's what it is. Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys. I thought there was one more. Didn't seem like this was enough. So this would be the full bomb package. Here it is. Clockwork Goblin, Wrench Caliber, Seaforium Bomber, and Blastmaster Boom. So that's 4 bombs, and then this can theoretically shuffle another 4 bombs. That's 8 total bombs. Now, that's not a lot for Dr. Boom. You only really need, I guess, 3 for Dr. Boom to maximize, though. It's really just more about making those bombs win you the game, essentially. But we can do other things, too, like add in an Augmented Elic, for instance. Now, I'm wondering if that's a little bit too sneaky. Like, that feels like the sort of thing that might be building this a little bit too narrowly. Like, you might be better off just going for, like, a package around this to support your game plan, as opposed to really diving deep. That said, I mean, it's not like these cards are big sacrifices on their own right? They're all kind of okay cards. Wrench Caliber doesn't feel amazing, maybe, but Clockwork Goblin feels okay. Elic certainly feels okay. Bomber, it's okay. And Boom will presumably feel good. So the question is, what complementary pieces do you add into this deck? Are there any other things that are really exciting that we forgot here? Like, would we add a Lackey package, for instance? No, but I think we could add a mech package very easily. Clockwork Goblin's a mech. I think mechs are just the kind of supporting pieces for Warrior. I do think you want the deck to be probably a little bit more defensively minded, right? You could build it as sort of a mid-range deck a little bit, right? But the problem is you got to make sure you have enough time for your bombs to connect. If your bombs don't connect, the game doesn't go long enough for them to draw your bombs, then you're never going to get there. So you have to have at least a mid-rangey deck, I think, to make it work, which means I think we can build in a nice mech package. I'm going to toss in the Boom Reaver right now, even though I don't think he's going to stay, for the record. I think we'll end up cutting the Boom Reaver. But I do want other supporting mechs and control cards here. So Dynamatic, absolutely. We're going to go grab a Ziliax. I might as well grab a Brawl now, because I think it's probably going to stick. Super Collider is intriguing. We might have to pass on that, though, if we have the Wrench Caliber, which is a problem, perhaps. It's already not a good sign. Dr. Boom Mad Genius for sure is going to connect with that. And then, can I select Mech down here? Is there a way to select Mech? These are not in... Oh, no, that's not a selection tool. That's just a... Here I can do Mech, I bet. Mech had no results? Whoa, why is that so laggy? Mech is not in here. Mech? There we go. Really, maybe just want Ziliax. I don't know if I need more of a mech package than that, right? Oh, Omega Assembly might be nice. Omega Assembly could be good. We're at 18 out of 30 cards though, so I do have a little bit of leeway here of stuff to work with. I didn't grab a Turning Rover. That's one I want. I grabbed Dynamatic, right? Yeah, okay, it's in there. Omega Assembly, yes. So this is giving me a bit of a curve. I have some control cards. I don't really think Boom Reaver makes sense, right? There's just that's fun, but it doesn't make any sense at all. Anything like War Gears? Probably not, right? We just want survivability, I think. I think this is going to be more of a control deck, right? Oh, Bank Vault. Yes, Bank Vault. Sick. Yes, perfect. Exactly what we need. Safeguard. Yeah, that's great news. Oh, Omega Devastator is good too. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's another one we want. That's a great control card, Omega card, late game card. So, yeah, perfect. What I need now is just a few other supplementary card draw mechanics and survivability mechanics, I think. We have 2 brawls. We have a lot of defensive survivability with both the Turning Rover, Scrap Hound, and Ziliax, and Safeguard. Like, those are all good. Swingy cards with Dynamatic and Devastator. Game plan cards with Bomber. I mean, I'm assuming the bombs are enough to win most games. If you just live long enough, the bombs will carry you to victory, right? Like, that's the idea. Will that idea work? I guess we'll find out. We'll find out Tuesday. We'll see. So I think Shield Block makes a lot of sense, right? Shield Block's the kind of card we just want. And then I think I want more card draw, right? Do I need more card draw? Or do I perhaps want to run like... Are any of these, by the way, rotating? Or is this already filtered for rotation? I didn't think about rotating cards. Is this already... Oh, yes, that's Year of the Dragon. Okay. That's good news. I was like, wait, it does feel like some stuff's missing. I was like, where is Reckless Flurry? Which we shouldn't have because it's not available, and we don't. Okay, perfect. What other Shield Slam? I don't know if we're gonna have enough armor in this deck. We might, thanks to Scrap Hound and a Turning Rover, but it's not like Odd Warrior where you've got it guaranteed. I feel like that might be risky. Hey, Jay Gomez, how's it going, man? What about the other Omega card? We have that in there, Omega Devastator. We forgot it at first, but I think he's a great fit. Great idea. Maybe just like a Super Collider or 2 is actually fine. I didn't know if we'd have room, but we have 29 cards, so I don't see why not. It's a different thing than the Rinch caliber. I think Baleful would be a little too greedy. Barista, it's a possibility. I feel like it's probably too greedy. Oh, Warpaths might be nice, actually. Yes, I think I actually like 2 Warpaths better than another Super Collider. Warpath just gives me more AOE. I don't want to get too greedy on like all bomb shuffling. I think we have to be able to stay alive and support the bomb package. You know, like we have to live first. So having AoEs, having survivability is really important. So now we have a couple AoE removals with Warpath Brawl. We have some really nice tempo cards, swing cards, a Dynamatic Devastator. We have some Cycle. I don't really have a lot of Cycle. Omega Assembly generates cards. I'm probably going to be playing on curve fairly often. Yeah, we probably don't need a ton of card draw. Makes me nervous that we only have 2 card draw cards, though. Because generation isn't really what we want. Is there any other good card draw we could run? I mean, Acolyte of Pain exists. We do have Warpaths. I don't know if Assembly is going to be good enough. What do you guys think? Is the 2-mana mech guy better than Armor Smith? I think so because of magnetic cards. Like Ziliax plus Scrap Hound is like 5 armor and 5 lifesteal, right? And we don't have a ton of magnetic cards in the deck necessarily, but Boom, Mad Genius can certainly get us some. So I think so. I think he's actually okay early too. Forge of Souls? I mean, it does draw a handful of cards. That's not wrong. Is that in standard format still? Is Forge from... I think Forge might be from Frozen Throne, right? So not. Is 2 Elec not overkill? I actually think it kind of is overkill. I think 1 Elec is overkill, to be honest with you. I'm kind of doing it for the sake of chat. I think I'd almost rather run 2 Acolyte of Pains or something. Or like whatever other card draw card, Slam or something, you know, whatever it is. I feel like I'd rather have more resource generation. Or resource draw, at least. Are there any other new card draws in Rise of Shadows that make sense for us? Like improve morale. No, that's lackeys. No. No. We could run a Hecklebot too, by the way. It's like a tech card. C4 bomber is easily worse than Elec cut the bombers. Well, I don't know. Maybe. The problem is Elec you have to combo. You don't have to combo bomber. You can just play this on its own and feel okay. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, these can also shuffle a bomb, but they're more dependent on having multiple things. Going too deep into the bomb side is going to make it a meme. It might, but I want it to still be a bomb-themed deck. Like, you probably heard me say this in my review, where it's like, well, to make Dr. Boom work, you probably only need like 2 or 3 bomb cards. You may not need a full package, but in this case, we still want it to be, we want to explore the archetype, right? Like, we want to fully explore it. Lynchin is a kind of generator, but not enough Battlecry minions. I think I'm going to just add in like Acolyte of Pain. The problem is we don't have a lot, but Warpath is probably reason enough to run an Acolyte. Like, you don't have a ton of activators for the Acolyte, but sometimes the Acolyte itself is sufficient, and then Warpath really helps. So maybe I cut the second bomber and add an Acolyte. How about that? 2 Acolytes probably makes this deck more of a real deck and less of a kind of bomb meme deck. So it's sort of a mech control bomb warrior. It has a little of all 3, but theoretically it's a bomb deck first and foremost. I think I'm fairly happy with this. I think I think the deck could use war gear to help balance out the mech package. Yeah, I don't think. I'd rather just rely on generation off of Boom, I think, for that. So this is bomb control warrior. Okay. Pro player. I don't think I'm in here. Did Flux Flasher add me to this? I should get Flux to add me to this. I don't know if I'm in there, but it has to be approved, so I don't want to do that. Okay, Bomb Control Warrior. Deck number 1 is done. We'll see. I don't know. I like it, actually. I think it's kind of cool. Just a control warrior deck with a big mech package. Feels like the natural way to build this to me. Zola is rotating. Baleful, we still have, I think, right? Baleful's from Witchwood. But I don't think we want to go too hard into bombs. Somebody says Summoner Mage. Sure, let's go do Summoner Mage. And I am logged into the right account.
Hey, Regis, good to see you again.
What else
How
have
have
logged
you been?
into?
Also, any advice you can give me for growing a smaller channel?
Hey, Jake Gomez, man. Thank you for the 115 freaking bits, dude. It's going well. I'd say just make valuable content that people care about. You got to have some sort of value proposition for your content. That can be make people laugh, make people learn something, make people think. I mean, just focus on a value prop and make content that people can find and turn that into lasting connections. That's my take. So now let's do a Summoner Mage. Summoner Mage. Which means we're going to look for Khadgar here. He's in the Rise of Shadows cards. Khadgar, our big boy Khadgar here. Cards that summon minions summon twice as many. So the question we're going to have to go here with Khadgar is that like a big Summoner Mage? Is that like a tempo Summoner Mage? Like, let's look at the summon cards, right? And then we'll go from there, because I don't know exactly what we're going to be dealing with here. So new cards, for instance, Conjurer's Calling is one synergy card for Khadgar, right? You destroy one of your minions, and then you get 2 new ones to replace it. So Khadgar would give you 4 new minions of the same cost to replace it. That's kind of cool. We're gonna do Tempo Mage too. Don't worry. Like, we're not doing one of each. We're gonna do a ton of decks today and tomorrow. Like, we'll get there, right? I have a short stream tonight a little bit, so we won't get a ton done, but we'll get a few. Definitely not Mad Summoner. I mean, Death Rattles are cool. I don't know that any of these make a lot of sense. I don't think I want to go Exotic Mount Seller. I mean, theoretically it fits, but I don't want to go Big Bag Argument. I think these are all a little bit too slow. I actually think Power of Creation might be too slow too, but I'm tossing it in there for now.
Keep up the good work.
For now. Hey, Rabbit Demon, dude, thanks for the 134 bits, man. That's awfully nice. It's awfully cool. I like that. Could do that, Donkatsu, but I don't want to try to meme too hard yet. I'm still thinking about
Aha!
still thinking about mostly trying to make decks really good right now, not as meme-ish. Not as memey. The reveal stream was crazy. I honestly didn't get to watch it, man. I was just slapping cards into my review and reviewing the whole time. I did not see but like 5 seconds of it. It just, thankfully they were posting the new cards on the Hearthstone site like really quickly, so it was not hard to keep up. So what do you guys think? I feel like this is sort of more of a mid-rangey package. It's not really a control deck. It's not really an aggro deck either. It feels a bit like a mid-range package, but I mean, the question is, right, is there enough upside on Khadgar here? He's a one-of legendary.
Cards you have in your hand?
How can you tell, Tentacle? You can hover over your deck. It's the real answer, but I have a feeling there's a joke coming. Fell asleep watching the reveal, wish I was joking. So it really was a resident sleeper this time, huh? Presumably Splitting Image would proc off Khadgar. Yeah, it's a summon, so...
I counted.
Nice, wow. Both accounts firing together there. I love it, Tentacle. Thank you for the 200 bits, man. So the question is, right, is Khadgar going to be worth it for, like, 2 mana minions? I don't think so, because he's a one-of. You're not always going to have Khadgar, right?
Thanks, Regis. I am gonna have to go, though, but have a good one. Sorry, I haven't been in your streams as often as usual. Life can get crazy, lol.
Hey, Jay Gomez, thanks, man, for the 130 bits. That's totally fine, man. You do you. I'm here, I'm here. Oh, that was a joke referring to the stream. Oh, I didn't watch it. I don't know. I didn't see the stream. I missed it. All right. Like I said, I didn't get to watch much. So what I'm getting at is basically, I don't think these are worth it. I don't think like 2-cost minions make it worth it for Khadgar, because this is more of like a big... For this to make a lot of sense, you have to make a big play, because he's a one-of. You're not going to have this consistently. So I don't think this is the way to go. I think bigger stuff, Jan'alai, Astromancer, maybe Power of Creation is a better way to go. So maybe this does shift a little bit more towards late game, because these just don't seem good enough. Now, like you guys said, let's fix our Jan'alai problem first. We're going to have a Jan'alai problem if we don't add some Daring Fire Eaters, and maybe even Spirit of the Dragonhawk here to keep us in the game here early, because if we are going to run sort of a control summon deck, that's the sort of thing that might work nicely. This should not be here.
Boys, make some room by the hearth, won't ya?
I don't know though. I mean, and then like Pyromaniac's a cool package to go with that. Certainly, a lot of token cards out there that could work nicely with. Okay, we have Astromancer, which is a hand-sized card. So either drawing a lot of cards or generating a lot of cards would make sense, because Astromancers definitely make sense with Khadgar. Like, that's the right sort of minion that you want. Presumably, we'd also want some AoE removal in this deck. If we're making it more of a control... It's almost a bit like, we've seen this kind of mage in the past where... we've seen this kind of mage in the past, so... Where you can still summon big things despite being more of a defensive deck,
Boys,
mages have played like that. Chewy C, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub, and Tentacle, thanks for gifting the sub to Tentacle. Appreciate it, dude. Put the new Raven in. Yeah, that would be a fine control card for sure. I think that would fit the deck rather nicely. The question is Conjurer's Calling even worth it right now, guys? I'm not sure about that at the moment. And I think Vargoth could make sense in this deck with big spells, although currently we don't actually have any that Blizzard, I guess, right now. So, well, actually, Conjurer's Calling is sort of maybe good with Vargoth, but not always, because it can hit your Khadgar. I'll have to think about the Vargoth. I don't know. We'll see. Any other, like, egg-style cards that I could use with Conjurer's Calling to really make it feel worth it, right? Are there any big death rattles where I'm happy to get my minion destroyed and then get a death rattle on the other side of that? Right? Calico's actually could fit into this style of deck. Just a big late game legendary sort of thing. Also works nicely. Oh, actually, yes. Vargoth works insanely well with Power of Creation. I don't know why I'm... Well, no, that's, again, too expensive a little bit. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. He may not make the cut. Right now, this deck just feels kind of aimless to me. I don't really know that I feel like we're in a great spot. I don't think I have a hand package right now. I think I need more card draw or card generation, right? Like Book of Specters, we do have quite a few spells, so I'm worried that that's not going to be right. I'm worried Book of Specters is not good for us. You know, I need cards because of Astromancer. Hunter deck, please. We're in the middle of this one right now, man. Guys, we're going to do my decks today, unfortunately. I know you guys have a lot of cool ideas. I'm excited to see them all too. But for now, we're going to build, you know, help me build these decks, I guess. Help me make these decks cool. We'll have a lot of time to look at all your decks some point down the road. But for now, for tonight and tomorrow, I want to try to build some of my own. And I know a lot of people, particularly like gimmicky decks like OTKs and cool, crazy effects right now, like really creative things are awesome. Those are always exciting. But I'm trying to find fun decks still, you know, thematic decks that support legendaries that might end up being like real high tier decks. Now, I'm not feeling confident about this right now because it looks very it doesn't feel good yet to me, right? This feels kind of just out there at the moment. And I'm curious how we can fix that. You either go book and minions or go spells. Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking too, right? Like, do we need to make it more of a sort of tempo-y deck with a lot of minions and then cut these spells, you know? More of a tempo-y deck. I mean, Vargoth gets worse, right? I mean, Power of Creation is probably still okay because it's just one spell that really synergizes with Khadgar, right? But it's like we're kind of leashing Khadgar to Astromancer right now, and I don't know that that's worth it, right? That seems a little iffy. Like we're leashing Khadgar so hard into Astromancer right now, just to like get an extra Atrop sometimes or something. And it's weird because Khadgar doesn't even actually synergize that well with Astromancer because you play your Khadgar, you're removing a card from your Caligos is a leftover, yes. You're removing a card from your Astromancer. So Khadgar Astromancer is like kind of the opposite of what you're looking for in a weird way, right? But we could go like full-on minion. And I want to test Conjurer's Calling too, though. See, that's another challenge. But I don't know if there's a good egg. Is there a good egg-style card? I guess the best is the 6-mana 2/2, right? Mechanical Whelp is probably your best Conjurer's Calling card. But does that happen too late in the game, right? Does that happen? Like, this is a 9-mana play, and you can't even play Khadgar along with it. So it's like, I don't know. Voodoo Doll? Yeah, it's okay, I guess. Voodoo Doll is interesting. We do have a ping synergy deck here in a way. It is sort of an egg card. Not really the sort I'm looking for necessarily, but I mean, theoretically it fits. I don't hate the idea. But most of the good eggs are gone. 2 8 drops is way better than 1 9 drop. I guess that's true if we're playing on exactly 10 cards. Oh, this feels like an arena deck right now or something to me, guys. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, let's take a look at what good Death Rattle minions are. Let's be conscious about how we do this, right? Swamp Dragon Egg's not tempo oriented enough. Serenite Taskmaster, you could load up your opponent's board with stuff. That's a neat idea. I mean, card draw cards are fine, probably, right? If you want to conjure those, you get a few 2-drops, you get a card, and sort of thing. Voodoo Doll theoretically makes sense. Apple Bomb, kind of. Mechanical Whelp makes a ton of sense. Like, that one's actually really good. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, even Janeli's good, and Astromancer's not terrible necessarily. I think it's fine. The question is, can we really run a hand-style deck like this? I don't feel like I have enough cards. My curve is all wonky. I need more card generation without... I need, like, these cards here to generate stuff without losing too much tempo. Like, how do I get more... We can try Mountain Giants. It's a possibility. I don't know if we're going to get there fast enough. We have Aurigal, too, we can add if we got Aurigal. Archmage Aurigal's fine, probably. Oh, this still feels kind of wonky to me, guys. What about Astral Rift? Like, do we want this? I just don't know if the upside here late is going to be... This is a bit like a Spiteful Summoner deck, actually, is what we're playing, if you think about it, guys. Like, minion tempo into big late-game summons, right? Big late game plays. It actually feels a lot like a Spiteful Summoner deck, which isn't an inherently bad thing. It's not an inherently bad thing. Khadgar summons 2 mechanical dragons from Whelp. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's why we're running it. Like, that's perfect. That's the idea. 2/7/7s is really cool. Maybe you're explaining that to somebody else. I don't know. I don't want to do splitting image. We don't have splitting image now. I feel like that'd be too weird with Book of Specters. I think you're trying to do too much of this deck. That's what I keep saying too. Like, it feels like it's, I don't know, like it's not, it's just like all over the place, right? I don't know. It's like nothing is like really. Maybe I need Daring Friars because of Jan'alai. I don't need Thalanos, maybe. I need Aragal Specters for Astromancer and maybe Mountain Giants. Yeah, the Mech Egg is Pally. That would be perfect if it wasn't a Paladin card. Yeah, I mean, former champ's a neat idea. This just feels so all over the place. I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Conjurer's Calling, is it really worth it? I guess it is. I don't feel like I have enough on-curve plays. Like, you know what I'd really like to add right now? Firefly, Tar Creeper. That's what I want to add, right? Ziliax is definitely fine. Ziliax is good. We can add a Ziliax. It's always a good fit, right? So Ziliax we can do. This is interesting, though, like solving this one. I think this is kind of a fun solve on how to make Khadgar make sense. Empty and try again. I don't think that'd help. I think we'd end up in the same sort of spot. Aragal's too much? I don't know about that. Is Spirit of the Dragonhawk too much? Yes, I think it is. I don't think we want that. We want more on-curve plays. I want to play a bit more like a... I want this to look more like a Spiteful Summoner deck. I want more on-curve stuff. Like maybe just some Argent Squires, some 1-drops, right? Well, no, then that breaks your... God, this is really hard, guys. I don't know. Maybe I do want Mountain Giants, by God. Maybe Mountain Giants are the answer. I mean, even Mountain Giant with Conjurer's Calling is not terrible, right? Because you're going to get another Giant. Like, you could trade in, destroy your Mountain Giant, and get 2 more Mountain Giants. That's not that bad. We could still run Missile Guy, too. I do like Missile Guy with... Meteorologist is not bad with Conjurer's Calling, right? But I feel like it's pretty bad otherwise. Does Kibler run this in his handmaids, like the old handmaids Kibler made? He does run Meteorologist, right? Like, it's good enough to be... It's good enough to get you there. I just have this huge mana curve gap right now. I don't know how to fix that. 4 mana. What's a good 4 mana fix? Keysmith is okay. Anomaly we don't need. Neutral 4-drops. Where are we at on neutral 4-drops? He cut Meteorologist. It's awful. Okay. It's my instinct, but I thought he ran it for a while. You know, you could just run Twilight Drakes. Twilight Drakes are good in hand decks. Okay. Yeah. I like this now. Twilight Drake not good with Conjurer's Calling, but good otherwise. The curve is feeling better. Other 4-drops? Anything in Rise that's good? Any other 1-drops too? Well, I don't need too many 1-drops because I want to be drawing cards a lot. Prince 4, Prince is rotating, so no Prince. These are decks for the new expansion, unfortunately. Hinch Clan Hogsteed. It is an early game minion. I think 1s might be more enticing for me right now, though. I actually like Faceless Rager a lot, but I need 4-drops, I think. We could run a tech card here. Vargoth, I mean, I don't want... I mean, it's not terrible necessarily, but probably not right for us yet. Hinge Clan Hag is maybe okay. Proud Defender, I guess. I don't know. I feel like those are not better than normal 4-drops, though. Life Drinker, probably not it. Anything else that adds cards to my hand? Anything that prevents me from losing resources? It's a 4-mana card to stay on curve. Do we really have to stay on curve? Are we that worried about it? What have you made it a dragon deck? Witch Doctor in plus other dragons. Witch Doctor. Fire Tree Witch Doctor? That's a priest card. Right? Isn't it? Or is that a... No, that's a neutral card, maybe. Is Fire Tree a neutral card? I don't even know. It is a neutral card, isn't it? Yeah, we'll do a dragon one later. Sun Fury's not a bad idea. With all these giants and stuff. I feel like I want a little bit more curve though, don't I? Or do we just need something else? So let's just think about how this deck plays out, right? I have no 1-drops. I'm drawing a bunch of stuff on turn 2, turn 3. We're generating resources. Boom! We drop Twilight Drake Mountain Giant. Then what do we do on turn 5? We drop Twilight Drake Mountain Giant. Then 6, we Whelp. 7, we Astromancer or Jan'alai. 8, we Power of Creation. I like that. I mean, I think that has a loop that makes sense. Just keep hitting heavy with stuff. Overwhelm your opponent. How do you guys feel about the new Rager, Faceless Rager? I don't know, it might be hard to keep a minion on board. It's a challenge for it. Witchwood Piper? It's not the worst idea we've had. Had some bad ideas, but that ain't the worst. It is a 4-mana card. Gets me Daring Fire Eaters, I guess. We don't need Hoarders, plenty of draw already? You think so? I don't know if that's true, is it? Like, I feel like we're going to have trouble getting a full hand on turn 3 or 4.
Aha!
I feel like we might need Hoarders. I don't think we have that much card draw. I do like Faceless Rager a lot. Let's do it, guys. I've been talking about the card. I gave it 4 stars today. Let's go. It's good with Giants. It's good with Drake. It's 3 mana, but it plays like a 4-drop sometimes. It's bad with Daring Fire Eater. It's bad with no cards on board. But, I don't know. Is it worth trying? It's worth trying, I think. Honestly, even a 5-1 sometimes. Not the end of the world, right? 5-2 or something. It's bad on curve. It is. It is. But we're not worried too much about playing cards every turn, I guess, in this deck. It's more about the heavy-hitting mid-game turns, right? That puts us at 28 cards. I think I want like a 1-drop or a... I don't know. We have plenty of card draw, you guys are saying. I actually don't feel confident in that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I feel super confident in that. But I hope you're right. I'm worried that we're going to get behind and not be able to swing it back. Do we have any other hero power? We did have the spirits in there. Spirit of the Dragonhawk. That could make sense. Anything like Stargazer Luna just to add in an extra card. Safeguard's great with Khadgar. It's not bad. Were there any other Death Rattle minions that would work nicely with Khadgar? I forgot that was one of our routes here. Death Rattle with Khadgar. Rumble Tusk Shaker. Weaponized Pinata is not a Khadgar card, but it is kind of cool with Conjurers. No. No, not Recurring Villain. I mean, Hogsteed's okay. Safeguard, I mean, it is a mech. It is a summon. It is kind of a mid-game threat.
Aha!
Not really a threat so much, I guess, but I don't know for sure that it's good. I'd really just rather have another 4-drop or card draw, I think. Like, can we just run like an Acolyte of Pain? Like, you know? Is there any other card draw card that just fits us really nicely? I feel like a Luna is good. And I feel like I don't hate like Scalper, honestly. Kind of weird to say. I don't hate Scalper. I feel like there's gotta be a better choice here. Maybe, honestly, Witchwood Piper is it.
Some room by the hearth, won't
I don't know. It always gets us the Fire Eater or an Aragal. Like we have some really important cards in the early game. Early curve cards. It can really help us find Khadgar too. It's a 4-drop that doesn't cost us cards in hand. I think it's actually kind of okay. I sort of think that's okay. Alright, I'm overbuilding this deck. This is taking 45 minutes. I don't know that this makes a lot of sense. It's sort of like a Spiteful Summoner Mage, right? Summoner Mage. It's a hand Spiteful Summoner Mage with Khadgar. So Khadgar Summoner Mage. Which is insane. I don't know. This seems like it's not going to work, but it has some power turns. Like, it definitely has some power turns. Like, it's got some plays. Executives, no worries, man. Zonehawk, dude, thank you for the 14 months. It is insane to me that it's been 14 months. That seems literally impossible. But good to see you, man. Good talking to you the other day. So on and so forth. Cut Book of Specters, dude. It's skimping you so hard. The Handmage thing is ruining it. I feel like the Handmage thing is the whole point of the deck. What else would we do? What's your direction if not going for a Handmage with big time late game summons? I mean, what else? You're saying just go for like a curve deck that's like Khadgar and Power Creation and so on and so forth? MTG being advertised on a Hearthstone site. Yeah, I know, right? Also, MTG being advertised on every Hearthstone streamer. It's interesting always, huh? I'm the lone man who hasn't done an MTG sponsored stream yet, guys, I think. I'm fighting a rising tide here of MTG streams. When will I crack? When will I finally do MTG? How will they get to me?
Get you a boy that looks at you the way Regis looks at Acolyte of Pain.
I do love Acolyte of Pain, it's true. He's so skinny, frail. Alright, guys, let's build a Death Rattle Hunter deck with Oblivitron, right? I don't know how to do this, but we're going to try, right? Summon a mech from your hand and trigger its Death Rattle. So, what kind of deck would turn that into a powerful effect? Obviously, mechs, I mean, it seems like you've got to go for Mechanical Whelp. I think we're going to start doing this. It seems way faster. Mechanical Whelp seems like the obvious choice. Damage Stegatron is cool too. I just happen to pass that. That kind of makes some sense. Getting a big 5/12 minion. That's a great way to just get bodies that are hard for your opponents to deal with. Certainly Spider Bomb sounds like a great choice too. Oh, that's going to be a thing I forget all the time. Oops. Spider Bomb. We also have the new guy. Safeguard. I don't know if Safeguard's really worth it that much, right? Like, it's... Like, if I had Oblivitron a Safeguard... No, I guess I'm happy. It's not quite Damage Stegatron, but it's good. Now, look, the question is, I already have 7 6-drops. Have I already kind of, like, messed up my deck? Because you don't always get Oblivitron, right? Oblivitron is not guaranteed. It's... How do you activate your Oblivitron successfully, right? Did we get another new Death Rattle activator card? We do have this one, I know. Fireworks Tech, which is clearly a synergy with all this. This is kind of amazing. We will want to add a Ziliax, probably. It's a little bit risky with Oblivitron. I don't think it has quite the upside that these others have, right? All these other ones are pretty good if you summon them and activate their Death Rattle. I don't know that... Like, obviously, Stegatron, there's no Death Rattle, but just getting a 5/12 is sort of nuts, right? So, I don't know if Ziliax actually... It makes sense, but you don't really want to play it with your Oblivitron. I guess it's so good otherwise that you probably have to anyway. Like, it's just such a good card. Like, you can't not have it, sort of thing. It doesn't necessarily synergize, but you gotta have it. The question is, like, how do we win if we don't have Oblivitron? Because we've just built, like, a bunch of Oblivitron stuff. But how do we win if we don't have... Oh, 9 lives, too. Yes. Yeah. 9 lives. I forgot about that bad boy. Yes, 9 lives. Perfect. So discover friendly Death Rattle. So we can do Oblivitron, Spider Bomb. That's going to hit Spider Bomb most often, I feel like. Because you're going to have something die early. And play this in the mid game. To find another Spider Bomb, right? Ursatron. I worry about Ursatron, though, because... If we add Ursatron, we put another bad mech in the... Every mech we add that's not super heavy hitting makes Oblivitron feel a lot worse, right? Does Oblivitron even summon the minion if it doesn't have death? It summons a mech, right? So that's the first condition. It summons a mech, presumably with or without Death Rattle. So I worry about Ursatron. What do you guys think? Like, is this a mech we want to get off Oblivitron? I've already added Ziliax, which I don't love. And then Ursatron is like another one that just doesn't feel that good off Oblivitron, right? It's like a really bad Karen Bloodhoof or something that kind of just draws you a card. Like an understated. It can help you draw your Oblivitron, yes, but so can other things. I can just add in, you know, Novice Engineer or something and also draw my Oblivitron. I mean, that can help me find specifically an Oblivitron, but I have a lot of other mechs too, so... I mean, it's one of those things like you kind of have to play it, I guess. It makes sense. If you're just always playing it on curve anyway, it's very competitive with Spider Bomb again, though. Makes me sort of nervous. I feel like this deck is really late game, but maybe doesn't have the same swing of the Death Rattle Hunter of old, you know? There's not that really big punish where you do some crazy things with Katharina. You're doing sort of moderate things all the time, it feels like. Which, maybe that's enough. Maybe that's enough. But you have to add... I feel like this is probably the package, right? This is like the mech package. I mean, are there any other really big mechs that are just perfect for this? Necromechanic. No. Probably not worth. Hecklebot. It's actually not terrible to be summoned from your hand. Might be risky to do, though. Any other big mechs here? There are some Death Rattle mechs, but they're more value-oriented as opposed to tempo-oriented, which I don't think I want. I think I want max tempo. Like, honestly, even Mecha'thun's, like, not insane. Like, if you're Oblivitron summoned a Mecha'thun, just a 10-10 would be pretty cool, right? Like, that would be kind of cool. Subject 9 is a mech, and you could put in a secret package to support this. I don't know if secrets are worth it or not, though. I think Undertake is probably too slow. Like, it just doesn't make an impact immediately. This deck has a high curve. It's just like Death Rattle Hunter did, though, in the past, too, right? Death Rattle Hunter also had a really big late-game package and then just tried to stay alive in the early to mid-game until they could swing on really big stuff in the mid-game, right? Which is exactly what we're trying to do. Make some big plays in the mid-game. I think the challenge is we don't have that, like, play dead early sort of crazy damage Stegatron play, right? Like, Fireworks deck is more expensive than play dead. Oblivitron is still a pretty expensive card. So I don't know if the swing is going to be there. That's sort of what I'm talking about. Like, I think it's going to be worse. It's going to do the same thing, but worse. But that said, the meta is going to be weaker too. So it doesn't necessarily have to be better than the old Mech Hunter. It can be, or Death Rattle Hunter. It can be worse and still be good. Goblin Prank's kind of a cool idea, right? To activate, another way to activate our Death Rattles. It's sort of like that. Seems really good with some of our mechs here, Spider Bombs and...
Welcome.
Yeah, I like Goblin Prank.
Make some room by
Oh, is
the
it only
hearth,
Beasts? Hold
won't
up. No, it's Minions. Okay, perfect. M. Conk, dude, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Rexar would definitely feel good in this deck. That's true. So what we need, like maybe some answers, some defensive style cards, right? Some things that are gonna help us stay alive in the mid game. Maybe like Baited Arrows. Honestly, Houndmaster Shaw is a great card, just all around. It's great with all these Death Rattle mechs, perfect. So that's a good fit. Man, Hunter is lacking on mid-game removal. Where's the flanking strike? Marked Shot is our new flanking strike, guys. That is iffy, I think. I don't know. I think I just need ways to respond in the mid-game. I don't want to add a lot of extra minions in. I want to add sort of reactive stuff, right? We have no 4-drops, 1 5-drop. We're going to fix that. That's what we're doing now. We're sort of giving ourselves alternate lines. Minions that aren't minions are good, probably. I think we just know from experience Animal Companion's a pretty strong card. Add some secrets? I don't know. Remember when everyone said Baited Arrow would be bad? I don't, actually. I remember me saying Baited Arrow would be bad. But I think a lot of people liked it. I think I was the one who got it wrong. Although I'm still not sure it's actually that good. It sort of fell off pretty hard. We haven't seen it in a while. Wing Blast might be. Yeah. Unleash the Beast is another 6 mana card is my problem with it. I think it would actually be okay, but... Flark's Boomzooka... Not worth it with Fireworks deck, right? I think I just need more ways to stay alive. Maybe just like Deadly Shots. Eaglehorn Bow is Also theoretically fine. I don't think I want to go for a secret package. I don't think that has like the upside we need, right? Could run like Hunter's Marks and Unleash the Hounds, for instance, to sort of get there. Can't go wrong with Zul'jin. I don't know if that's true. I think we might actually. It's interesting with 9 lives. Definitely interesting with Animal Companion. Maybe not as good with Goblin Prank. Not as good with tracking. These are kind of neutral. I mean, you get a 5/5, but you kill something maybe. Spring Paw, honestly, might be okay. I just wish we had a follow-up, you know? Doesn't feel like there's a follow-up there. I don't want to go Cybertech Chip. I think that has some issues with it. Kill Command, we don't really have enough beasts to make that consistent, I'm afraid. I like the idea of Hunter's Mark, but I don't have, you know, a Candle Shot. How do I empower my Hunter's Mark right now? I probably don't. Part of me thinks maybe just like Wing Blast is okay. But again, how are my minions dying, you know? How is that going to work? Hogsteed? Yeah, I mean, it's actually okay. Probably just a early tempo card. I wish it did more. I feel like it should do more. It's so hard when we don't know like what cards are good. It's sort of tough. Rapid Fire actually would be a good way to empower a Hunter's Mark. I talked about this in my review and I kind of forgot. That might be all you need to make Hunter's Mark good. It does. Is it enough on its own though, right? Like, is 2 pings enough for the card to fit? I don't know. I mean, you could desperately use it to kill your own Spider Bomb and stuff. But maybe that's a way to get maybe that's a way to get your Hunter's Marks working. It's kind of like it's actually very similar to Candle Shot as a card. It's like 2 Candle Shot charges instead of 3, right? Some ways even better than Candle Shot. I kind of like this. Am I crazy for thinking Rapid Fire is a good fit, guys?
Aha!
Maybe I think Animal Companion. Maybe another Goblin Prank's better than another Animal Companion. But I'm afraid I don't have enough minions. It's going to be dead sometimes. No, I've not made a Murloc Shaman, no. I think this actually kind of works. Do we have enough oomph, though? Like, I don't know if this deck has the necessary like value or finishing potential. Like, we don't have King Crush. We don't have Undasta hitting, you know? Like, that's how the old deck won. This deck doesn't have that. It has some 7/7s that don't charge. It has some 4/5s. Occasionally some 5/12s. I'm worried it's not going to have enough to get there. I don't think it's going to get there, but it's the right way to do it, I think. I think it's the right way to do it, maybe.
Boys, make some room by the hearth, won't ya?
Good evening, Regis. Hope you are enjoying the expansion.
Hey, Infinite Clock, thank you, man, for the 6 months. Welcome back. That's a big time, that is a big time purple badge for you, man. Mech Death Rattle Hunter. All right. Somebody said Murloc Shaman, so we'll do that next. Mech Death Rattle Hunter. Okay. You have Hunter Hero Power. That's true. If we live long enough and just stall long enough, I mean, some inevitability there. Get some chip damage through. I don't think I want more magnetized. I don't want to disrupt the mech pool too much, guys. So, everybody saw this sort of deck today with Scargill for a potential Murloc Shaman. And it's an interesting deck because the way Scargill works, you're kind of reinforced to go a little bit more mid-game with your Murlocs. Because to make this guy really good, he either has to stick on board or you have to have like 6-7 mana to make your Murloc discounts relevant, right? But I think that's okay if you support it with a like Hagatha-style deck. But let's go grab all the new Murloc cards that are potentially going to work nicely with this deck. Apparently that's all of them. These are not going to be there. Ghostlight Angler. It is intriguing if it's 1 mana Echo. It could be a really big reload. Executus, I'm glad you're excited, man. If only Unite the Murlocs are still in Standard. Yeah, I think that's probably by design, right? I think they didn't want it to go crazy. I I don't see, like, what we're doing right now might actually be wrong here. This might be the wrong way to do this. I think I am just adding all of the Murlocs, which is how this has always been done, and it doesn't work, right? But just to get a kind of basis going here for what we're expecting to see, I want to kind of get the core cards in here and then go from there.
Welcome.
So,
Boys, make some room by the hearth, won't ya?
Long time no see. What up?
basically what I've done here, and this is like the fastest deck creation ever, but we're not done. Iron Cabbage, thanks to 11 months, man. Welcome back. What I've done right is I've made a Murloc deck that's kind of your traditional Murloc, a lot of fast, aggressive Murloc stuff, but it has a few cards that can add, and Bloodlust to finish off that plan. But it has a few new cards, Underbelly Angler, Scargill, and Hagatha, to give it some, like, reload potential. Like, suddenly this deck can do a little bit of reloading and board preservation, right? Instead of being totally tied down to, like, its first big push, which is usually what happens with Murlocs. They make one big push, and then they lose. This deck has the opportunity to go again with either Hagatha just shifting you into, like, a value plan, Scargill just helping you reload with Underbelly Angler can generate a lot of resources. Tasty Fin's good at 1 mana, but I don't know if Tasty Fin's worth it. I intentionally skipped over it. I feel like it's still a little bit too expensive. I'm hoping that, you know, the Angler and the Scargill combo serves as sort of the reload generation that we need. I mean, I do like having a bit of a heavier package, I'll admit. We haven't had the Hinch Clan Hag in here either, which I think probably fits fine. Nightmare Amalgam, Hinch Clan Hag help push the curve up a little bit. Hinch Clan Hogsteed might be overkill. I feel like I'm a little heavy on 2 right now. And it doesn't immediately buff your Tidecaller, which feels kind of bad, I think. I think I might actually cut the Hogsteed. Well, I don't know. I feel like it works really well, though. It's kind of good with Bloodlust, right? If you can get a few of these going and take some trades into taunts and stuff. I don't have top 10 yet, Mighty Right now. I got to think about it a lot, man. It's hard. I didn't have a lot of front runner cards, so I am planning on making a video though with that topic. So if you're looking for it, don't fret. I mean, is this too dumbed down, guys? Like, is this too simple? Like, do we? It does if it hits something. That's true, Juice. That's true. Not inherently, but if it dies, it does. So that's true. That's fine. I've talked myself into it. I don't think the other Hagatha is worth it. That doesn't really. I think she was in the deck they played today on stream, if I remember seeing that right, but I don't know why. Doesn't seem like she really synergizes too much. I mean, theoretically, Bloodlust or whatever are there, but you don't know if Ghostlight Angler's worth it?
Aha!
I don't know. If the idea is like reloading, I think it's really important to have a lot of options because of Soul of the Murloc, right? Like just playing 4 Ghostlight Anglers and then Soul of the Murloc or something in the late game could be a huge, really sticky board that leads into your Bloodlust or whatever. And it's just so good with Hagatha because it's like 4 spell generations or 5 in a single card. So I actually think Ghostlight Angler's really good. Maybe better than some of these other alternatives. Like, I don't know if Bluegill Warrior's worth it, for instance. I like that this does damage, but have I like simplified this too much? I feel like I just made a first pass and we have like a 30 card deck here that works really nicely. Do I need more card draw cards? You don't hope to get to the late game. I do actually. Yeah, I do. That's what we're talking about. That's what's kind of changed about this deck process. That's what I'm getting at is like because of Scargill, because of Underbelly Angler, you can actually create some reload opportunities here that mean you can maybe push up to like a Hagatha turn and still keep reloading the board enough, right? So that's the idea. Like you can actually shift a Murloc deck into the mid game, maybe even into the late game, and still generate enough stuff to win. Will that happen? Time will tell. But I do think it's possible. I don't know. I feel like I just need, I feel like there's going to be hands where we're just totally out of cards by turn 3, and I don't have enough resource generation. Because I don't, maybe I do need the Murloc Tasty Fin then. Because I feel like we're going to have like a just super 1-drop heavy hand, completely run out of gas, and then have nowhere to go. And like by the time we hit Underbelly Angler or Scargill or whatever, for those sorts of combos, it's not going to, Like, we're not going to have enough hand left. So I feel like maybe a Tasty Fin does make sense, guys. I honestly think I'm going to cut the Bluegill Warrior. I don't think I need
Witch's
that.
Cauldron PLS.
I think this shifts it a little more mid-game, which is what I want out of the deck. I have a lot of 2-drop options anyway, right? I like Tidehunter better than Bluegill. So much better into Seer. So much, well, same in the Underbelly, I guess. Better with War Leader. Not actually better with Scargill. It could get in the way. Manatide? No, I think Manatide goes too far. Isn't Tidehunter a bad card? No, I don't think so. I think Tidehunter is fine. I think it's okay. It's a lot of stats. Like I said, it leads nicely into Seer because you get multiple bodies for the effect. And it leads nicely into War Leader for the same reason. More bodies for the buff. It's not great necessarily. No better with Hagatha or Scargill, but better with Bloodlust too. Sea Giant is a possibility. What would we cut at this point, though? I'm actually starting to like our curve fairly well. If I was going to cut something, maybe it would be a Tidehunter. That might be my first cut. I'm not sure I need Sea Giant. I mean, it's good. It's fine. It makes sense. So Dugu, if it's turn 8 and we have a board running, we don't have to play Hagatha, right? You can choose when to play Hagatha. If we've got that, we're probably in a good spot and we're going to win, right? Hagatha's there when we don't have a board running and we need shift plans, which is, again, the whole sort of idea for this new Murloc package. This is what I want to test. I don't know that it's going to work, but I want to test. Can Underbelly Angler help you shift into a mid-game, like, resource-driven engine? A new engine for Murlocs, right? If you have 6 Murlocs on board, you're in a really good spot without Giant. It's probably true. I actually like where we're at, guys. I think I'm going to go with this. I don't think we want to change too much. Sea Giant makes sense. Like, I get it, but I like what we have. I want to try this. So this is Murloc Shaman. Boom. Done. Is that 3 decks or 4 decks, guys? Are we 3 decks in? Or 4 decks in? We are 4 decks in. Yeah, boy. Nice. Plot twist. I don't want to make plot twist a thing. I've staked my reputation on plot twist being bad. I don't want to make it a thing. All right, let's do Secret Paladin. So we have ourselves a new card here in Paladin in Rise of Shadows. We've got Commander Rissa. Your secrets trigger twice. I played a lot of this at the Blizzard Summit, and mostly in single player, so who knows if it's actually good, but I've been looking forward to this. Seems like a good package. And we got a lot of new Rise of Shadow cards to support Secret Paladin as well. I don't know if this one's actually going to make the cut, but we'll add it for now. But Mysterious Blade's amazing.
Welcome. Boys, make
And
some room by the hearth.
Never Surrender, I think, is a great secret. Desperate Measures, probably not actually going to be something I run, but we'll see. We'll see. And then Sunreaver Spy, also amazing. 3-4 for 2 after playing a turn 1 secret's pretty nuts. I like that a lot. And then Riss is amazing. And then I don't think there's anything else here we probably want in a Secret Paladin package. Is there? I don't think so. I think most of these are more... Yeah, I don't think any of these are good for us. These are mostly more mid to late game cards. So what we're going to go do now is add in more secrets into our secret package. Also, Doob E, thanks for the 15 months, man. Welcome back, dude. Welcome back. I love it. Redemption is good. I'm going to cut these back a little bit, I'm sure. We won't run all these secrets, but... am I missing one? There it is. Noble Sack. Because Repentance is not actually that good with Rissa. Redemption is still good with Rissa. Not Rissa herself, but other minions it works nicely with. And Auto Defense, not actually very helpful with Rissa, but still just a really good secret. So I think that's important. We want to add Secret Keepers into the deck. Where are those? All right. I think this is... Oh, and Bellringer Sentry too, of course. Bellringer. I think that's the core secret package, right? Where is... Oh, he's 4 mana. Where is Bellringer Sentry? Oh, it's a Paladin card. I'm an idiot. That's why I can't find it. I'm losing my mind. So the question we go from here is, right, Secret Keeper Subject 9. I don't think I want to do Subject 9. Liam we'll talk about. We'll think about Liam maybe. That might be worth. I don't think Subject 9 is worth it though. I mean, it might be, but we'll think about it. So the question is, where do we go from here, right? Because this is a really, really low curve deck. We're 20 cards deep, which, by the way, I think we're gonna fix. I think I'm gonna take out Desperate Measures. It's not buffing our Secret Keeper, but it is working really nicely with the other cards. It works great with. I think I'm actually gonna take one of these out. It does work great with Spy and Blade and Rissa, so maybe it actually is still worth it. Packs a fair bit of punch. I think I have too many secrets though. 1, 1, 4, 6 secrets, 7 secrets. That seems like too many, doesn't it? I do think Subject 9 actually makes sense, guys. If we don't have Divine Favor, we're going to need to thin out the deck to make sure that we can still keep moving. So maybe Subject 9 is the right move. I don't like playing this on turn 5, but it does get my resources moving. Too many secrets, 4 to 5 is preferable. Well, that's what I'm thinking too, but maybe I just cut Auto Defense Matrix, but it seems so good. It's not good with Rissa, but it's so good with everything else. I don't know how I can cut that. Maybe Repentance is what we cut. I don't think I need Repentance. I'm actually going to add a Auto Defense back in, though. It's just so good at protecting that early board state, right? So that's 7 secrets still, though. What does Secret Paladin run right now? Let me see. I think it's okay if we add more, by the way. I don't think we have to have the exact same number of secrets because we have more secret support cards. It's important for us to have secrets for Mysterious Blade, for Sunreaver Spy, but I want to make sure we're not like crazy over the moon on it, right? So Secret Paladin has... The most popular version of Secret Paladin right now has 1, 3, 5 secrets. I don't think 7's too insane, is it? But we also have Desperate Measures, so it's like, maybe that is kind of insane. I want it to be consistent, though, because I want to hit powerful early game plays. Yeah, we're not, Bryden. We left Auto Defense Matrix, even though it's bad with Rissa. I agree with you. We left it in. Just because it's so good. Just so good for our other cards, too. It's not like Rissa's going to be there every time, and it's not like she's our only card, right? All right. I'm okay with this, I think. I'm okay with this. So the question is, do we have enough card draws? Question number 1. Because clearly we could peter out really quickly if we're not careful. I think Liam and Subject 9 could be like our 2 big 5-drop cards that sort of like fix that or whatever. That might be a good way to fix that. So maybe we go for a Prince Liam and a Subject 9. Those both help me make my deck better, basically, right? They make every draw a little better. The question is, what else do I need to do here to get like aggressive starts going? So Secret Paladin right now runs like Amani Berserker, Hydrologist, Knife Juggler, but that's because of Call to Arms. I don't know that we need all of that, but I do want to make sure I have really quick starts on the game. They run Blessing of Kings, which I think makes sense. Spellbreaker certainly is fine too. Those both line up well, I think. Just aggression, pressure. The deck wants to win fast still and get a nice board. So I'm okay with this. What else do we want to see squeeze in here, though, that's aggro-based? Argent 1-drop, the 1-drop mech of Paladin. Yeah, I mean, I think we need 1-drops or 2-drops, just early game minions. Absolutely. I don't know what those are just yet, but I agree with you. We want some early game minions. Hinge Clan Hogsteed's probably not it. Evil Cable Rat's definitely not it. Definitely don't want the adjacent minions silenced. Rager won't get there. Watcher makes no sense for us. A lot of these are not going to work well. Are there other Paladin cards here that line up nicely? Gargoyle doesn't do it for this deck. So we're going to have to go neutral. Neutral 1s and 2s that are good. Knife Juggler doesn't seem as strong without Cold Arms, right? Magic Carpet works with secrets. Magic Carpet works with secrets. It's just minions. We don't have that many 1-cost minions. I don't think Magic Carpet's that good anyway. I think it's kind of bad. Pyromancer Acolyte's probably a little too defensive. I'm going to be looking for more like aggressive stuff. Rager might be perfect. It could be a 5-4 and 3. I think there's too many low health minions for Rager to work well. I like that we'll have minions out all the time. That's consistent. Instead of Liam, what about Rafam? The Rafam's a Warlock card. So I don't think Rafam's going to work. You need yourself some lackeys. I mean, lackeys are okay, I guess, but we don't have a lot of lackey generators in Paladin. We're one of the good classes, right? We're not an evil class. So that might be harder. I think I just want more good 1-drops and 2-drops, guys. Maybe just Argent Squire. Some good 2s. I don't have any 3s right now except Rissa, so some 3-drops would be nice. Just to make sure we have a nice smooth curve going. I mean, honestly, though, 3-drops, now that I think about it, maybe not that important. Because secrets themselves tend to line up well with secret keepers and stuff. Like, you get there in a lot of cases anyway. There aren't that many good aggro cards right now, just for the record. Like, there's a lot of kind of filler right now in the early game, I feel like. Like, I'm going through this, like, what good aggro cards am I trying to run here? Nothing looks that good to me. I mean, Masked Contender seems terrible. I guess? I don't know. It doesn't seem great, right? It doesn't seem awesome. Like, what 2s and 3s and 4s am I trying to run here?
Run, Prelate, or I cry.
Prelate's definitely not worth it. You might just have to cry. I'm sorry, it's just not aggressive enough. It's too like combo oriented, too dependent on other things. I mean, Knife Juggler's okay, but swap the Squire for Glowtron and you have the health for Rager to work. I don't think Rager's gonna fit in this deck. I mean, there are some 4s and 3s and stuff, but I feel like often it's gonna be useless. Like, it's not gonna do anything. Scarabag and Defender of Argus. I don't hate Defender of Argus, I'll be honest. Kind of wish it was a 3-mana card. Like, I'm looking for 3s right now. I need, like, Vicious Fledgling. I mean, Hinchclan Thug. Those are the sorts of cards I'm looking for right now, right? And I don't know that they exist anymore. I think the problem is those cards no longer exist. Untamed Beastmaster's not it for our deck. Shattered Sun Cleric, Scarlet Crusader, those are kind of okay. Nightmare Amalgam, I mean, honestly, Ornery Tortoise is looking pretty compelling for me at this point. 4 mechs with Magnetic and Kangors, I don't want to go that route. I actually think Masked Contender's it, guys. It's a 3-drop that I need. It's another Bell Ringer Sentry sometimes, not always, but even if it's not, it's just a minion. Like, it's just tempo. I'm going to try it. I think we can keep secrets up quite a bit, so let's do Masked Contender. I don't think normal Secret Paladin would run this, but I think we got to try. I agree with you. We need finishing power. Leroy makes sense. I'm fine with Leroy. We want to have enough pressure here to keep them constantly worried about their life and then actually finish them off. Leroy makes sense to me. That's okay. I still feel like our 2 is just way too flat. Like, look at this drop-off, right? It's true that we can play a lot of secrets on turn 2, but I also just don't know if I have enough card draw. Divine Favor is maybe going to be a bigger hit than I realized when I was thinking about this deck. Divine Favor right now seems really missed. Like, really, really missed. How do I win without Divine Favor? Oh boy. I mean, Knife Juggler might still be the pick, guys, even though I don't really think it's good. I mean, maybe Direwolf Alpha is just better than Knife Juggler because we have a lot of 1/1s anyway, but that's sort of the same. I actually think Juggler's better because of Noble Sack, right? Yeah, Juggler's still fine. It's not nearly as good without Call to Arms, but it's still okay. That helps flatten out the curve a little. I think I feel better about this. I think I feel better about this. I'm a little worried we have too many secrets. I'm a little worried we're going to run out of gas. I think we're going to be in top deck mode pretty quickly sometimes. So if our initial first push doesn't get there, I'm worried we're not going to get there at all. That said, I don't know how many good like mid-game board resets there are right now in the game. There might be a lot of people who just can't beat this deck. What did I just accidentally add to my deck? What did I just accidentally add to my deck? What did I just accidentally add to my deck, guys? Sun Reaper War Mage. Okay. Definitely doesn't fit us. Alright, I don't think this is the build, by the way. I don't think this is the build. Don't think this is the build. But it's our build. So, what we're going to try. I mean, I think it is just going to smork people sometimes. It could be very fast. I mean, we have a lot of pressure. Like, you know, that like sort of perfect secret into spy, into secret, into weapon, into bell ringer. Like, we're going to have a pretty sick board sometimes. But I don't know if the reload's there. It's not a guarantee by any means. You really don't need a Christology. I don't have a Christology. No Divine Favor. Yeah, that's what we've been talking about. I think without Divine Favor, it's a lot weaker. I wasn't expecting that either, by the way. I thought the deck would be fine without Divine Favor. But I think maybe that was just in my head. Like, when I went to the Blizzard Summit, I wasn't thinking about Divine Favor, and I was like, ooh, Secret Paladin's going to be good. And then it's like, I never kind of reset that thought pattern. Where it's like, oh, well, maybe not. So, let's build a Warlock deck. What are we going to do for Warlock, guys? I actually don't know where Warlock goes. Do we do an Imp deck, I guess? I guess we make an Imp Warlock deck. That's kind of what was played on stream today, though. That seems sort of boring. We already did Bomb Warrior Little Beef. That one's done. Murloc package might have made sense with secrets. I don't know if there are enough Are there enough neutral Murlocs? Paladin doesn't have any Murlocs left because Hydrologist is gone. So that connection's gone, but I don't think there's enough Murlocs, maybe. Might be worth it, actually, though, now that I think about it. I like where we're at, though. Yeah, I guess a demon sort of zoo deck. Rafam is certainly a possibility too, though. Rafam sure sounds like fun, but I don't know what kind of deck runs Rafam necessarily. Maybe it's actually just in a zoo deck. I think you could run Rafam in a zoo deck as your top pinned card to sort of give you some late game oomph. So sure, let's build a demon impy zoo deck. Now, I actually don't think that runs Rafam Scheme, by the way. I don't think Reform Scheme is very good. I don't know. I think I'd rather just go for some consistent Imp plays. I also don't think that plays Mad Summoner, by the way. I don't think that's it either. I think we probably just go with Jumbo Imp to start, because that's sort of part of the purpose, right? Don't sleep on Reform Scheme. I'm sleeping on it, man. I'm asleep already. I'm asleep. I saw it on stream today for like 2 seconds. It was such a bad top deck. I don't know. It felt really bad, I feel like, the top deck. I think there might be other better demons out there. Oh, we want to go here? But we'll see if we have enough. If we don't have enough, you may be right. I may switch things up, man. This is not actually a demon, right? Why does it say demon? Void Analyst is not a demon, right? Can we confirm Void Analyst is not a demon? Is it a demon? I mean, she looks like a demon, I guess. For some reason, I thought she wasn't a demon. Why am I thinking that? What am I thinking of? Oh, maybe I'm thinking of her interaction with Hyreek not being a demon. I don't know, she sure looks like a succubus, so... I don't know. Anyway, she is a demon. Whatever. I thought she buffed demons, but I didn't think she was a demon. I don't know. Pank Pirate says he also thought she wasn't a demon. I don't know why I thought that. But she certainly looks like one, so she is a succubus. She's wearing cool clothes and stuff for a succubus, but definitely a succubus. Okay, so this is a nice little zoo package already. Like, this is coming together pretty well, I'd say, honestly, so far. I'm pleasantly surprised. This is not supposed to be here. Okay, but we're kind of out. Like, that was sort of it. Like, that was all we had. So, you know, do we need more minions, I guess, is question number one. Do we need more demons is question number two. We certainly have some support cards. I think Soul Infusion, Grim Rally, those make sense in a zoo deck still. Grim Rally, though, at the moment, like, I don't have a lot of sort of cards I'm happy to sacrifice. I have Witchwood Imp. That's about it. I don't really want to run Succubus, I don't think. Nether Soul Busters and meh. There are new neutral demons, though. There are actually quite a few new neutral demons, which is cool. Oh, Nightmare Amalgam is solid. That's a demon. Yeah, we can do that. I think Inferno is still an interesting card. Occasionally the buff might be nice. But that's sort of it. I might have to run Reform Scheme, guys. Fiendish Circle. I think that... Did that rotate out? What is that from? Isn't that a 4-mana card? I don't think that's here anymore, is it? Maybe it is. Is that Witchwood? Oh, okay. Witchwood, yeah. It is more consistent than Reform Scheme. I actually think it might make some sense. It's pretty solid with the Grim Rally. It is a big reload. It's not a card we traditionally think is good, but yeah, why not? Why not? Evil Genius? It's not a demon, is it? Hold up. Not a demon. But worth it maybe? Anyway, I don't know. I think we got to make sure we have enough egg cards, right? Like, do we want to run Scarab Egg, for instance? Right now I have like no 2-drops. Like none. That's not good. Scarab Egg could fit in this card. I wish the Scarabs were demons. But we don't have to just run, you know, we still can run zoo cards, right? It doesn't have to only be demons. In fact, it probably shouldn't be only demons. It probably still needs its own support stuff happening. I'm really worried that we don't have the 4 or 5 follow-up right now. I think we could go for Defender of Argus as an old school staple in Zoo. It's weird not having so many staple cards. Like, where's Maceranite Chain Gangs, you know? There's so many things missing. It's really stressing me out. Like, where's Despicable Dreadlord? Doom Guards are gone. Man, the rotation's going to be tough, guys. It's going to be really tough. Hinchclan Hag? Yeah, Hinchclan Hag actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Card's going to be better than I think. Better than I thought, I think. Seems like it's coming up a lot, just because there's not a ton of options. Where is she? Here she is. Yeah, so we're 31 cards right now. I don't know if Soul Infusion's worth it without Serenite Chain Gang. Probably not. We also don't have a lot of chargers right now either. So Soul Infusion I'm going to cut. Grim Rally and... Didn't we add another Destroy card? Oh, we didn't. We did not add the Evil Lackey. So I think Grim Rally's okay. I wouldn't want too many sacrifice your own card kind of things. Is Scarab Egg worth it though with only Grim Rally? I'm afraid maybe not, right? Do the portals draw you another card after they summon the 2/2 with Rush? Presumably, yes. They would, yeah. Maybe a Portal Keeper is actually worth it. Just one of these. It is another demon. It's a 4-drop. Maybe I could cut the Fiendish Circles for a Portal Keeper, because that would be a few demons. This card's going to be better than I thought, too. So how many demons do I have for Jumbo Imp, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I don't know,
12.
man. I think we're dead to the board.
14. 16. Oh, no, those aren't demons. 18. 20 plus another 6 is 26 demons. I think that's actually okay. I don't know, man. I think we're dead to the board. What do you mean? We're going to be super hyper aggressive to the board. We have a very, very fast deck. I think we're going to be ahead on board all the time. What do you mean, Bridge Burner? I'm confused. Dead on board to what? I mean, this is like a normal zoo build. We're going to have a lot of reload and even some kind of crazy aggressive reload with, like late game big time reload with Rafam and stuff, right? That said, we are bridging a pretty big gap to Rafam. Does that matter? I don't have any 5-drops. Zoo traditionally runs 5-drops, guys. I think Scarabag I'm going to cut. I don't think it's worth it with only Grim Rally. I'm not even sure Grim Rally I like, to be honest. We don't have that many like boards where we're going to have super duper crazy wide boards or really throwaway stuff. I feel like I want to go a little bit more mid-rangey on this zoo build. Like a little bit more mid-rangey. I actually think another one drop wouldn't hurt
I
either.
was being dumb.
No worries, Bridge Booter. Oh, maybe you're being sarcastic. I understand now. I got you, dude. That's my fault. That's my fault. Well, thank you for the bits, dude. Either way, love you much. Appreciate the bits, as always. Very kind. How many bits make a pop-up? 100 bits, Eon. 100 bits. But I read messages too, man. I'll read your messages. Don't worry. I'll chat with you regardless. Hey, Regis, looking forward to the rotation. Cards look a bit, Yeah, I actually think cards are kind of cool, man. Leroy is probably okay, yeah. Could run a Leroy. Leroy does fit the zoo package pretty nicely. Any other kind of mid-game card that fits us really well? Whizbang the Wonderful, for instance. Any like 5-drops that are pretty enticing for some reason or another? Nothing's coming to mind. I mean, Aziliax is probably not terrible, but not really what I'm looking for. What about Barista Lynchin? We do have a lot of Battlecry cards, but they're probably not the sort of things we want to get extra copies of. We could run the other big demon summoner dude. I really did not think these cards were going to see play, but they kind of make sense in a zoo deck, like the Portal Overfiend. This is a possibility to get us a little bit bridged to Rafam and make this just the tiniest bit more mid-rangey. I sort of don't hate it.
I just like to support you, man. By the way, what decks have we theory crafted so far?
So far, Boom Warrior, Murloc, Shaman, Summoner Mage, Mech, Death Rattle Hunter. I think the Portal guys are really, really bad. I kind of do too. I think they're worse than Falderai Strider, but I don't know. They sort of fit the game plan of the deck. Plus, like, actually, the portals you shuffle in could turn into new cards with Rafam. I was actually thinking the same thing, Alex. Like, maybe we do toss in the plot twist. Maybe we do, just to get some demons out of the... I don't think this is going to be great in the zoo deck, though, because our hand's going to be empty pretty often. I actually don't think that's right. No, I don't think plot twist is it. I did have this right. Maybe some more... I think more one-drops are good in zoo. I know we already have 3, but or 6 total, but I think actually another one wouldn't hurt. Just getting out early on zoo is so important, right? What other one-drops would be good in zoo here? Not many. There's not much left. Argent Squire might be the go-to one-drop. Crystallizer, potentially okay, I guess. We're not doing a heal zoo anymore, but... Solarium's a good idea. Yeah, I do like Solarium. Yes. Solarium's a fantastic idea. Yeah. Good job, chat. Thank you for spamming. Thank you for being consistent. Oh, Soulfires too, actually, are not bad. Kind of forgot my follow-up cards there. Let's do that. And let's cut a Overfiend. Maybe just one Overfiend. Pull back on the portals a little bit. I like this better. Yeah, you guys are smart. Thank you, guys. Forgot some staples there. Yeah, okay. Sure, I mean, we got Demon, Buff, Zoo with some mid-game stuff. A little bit more mid-rangey, which I think will actually fit in this new meta. I don't think the meta is going to be as fast. Jumbo Imp's a bad top deck. Sometimes, I guess, yeah. But not always. I think it's going to be a rough card, honestly. I don't think this card's super good. But I think I gave it 3 stars. But I want to test it. Part of it's still testing, right? Like, even if it's bad and we think it's bad, testing is some value. Like, I think it's value. Witchwood Imp. No, I actually think Witchwood Imp's really good for us. I like Witchwood Imp. I think it's a good card to sacrifice. Just a good one-drop to start with.
Rogue?
I think I like Imp. It's a demon. A lot of reasons to like this one. I know it's not something we've traditionally seen in Zoo, but remember, there's a lot less cards available. We're trying to make new things work, right? Tyler Sage, Sea Giant, we talked about it. Pogo Rogue we can do. I'm probably going to do Thief Rogue next, though. But I like Rogue, Tremudius. Let's go to Rogue. We haven't done Rogue. Sasuke, 500 bits. Oh my god.
Regis went back to the ladder.
Honestly, not today or even maybe tomorrow, Sasuke. We might do... Depends on how many decks I can make today and tomorrow. Like, we've so far made... I need to have, like... 10, 12, 15 decks going into next week. because I'm going to be streaming for like 8 hours on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week for launch each day, and I'm going to be playing like 6-7 decks a day, you know, and I want to have enough decks to get through like Thursday at least for like the big launch push. So I need like 15, 16 of my new decks to play. So far we have made 6 new decks, which is a really good start. Really good start. The classes we haven't touched yet are what? Rogue, Priest, and Druid. So let's do Rogue, Priest, and Druid tonight if we can. I gotta end in about an hour, guys. Gotta end a little early tonight. So Rogue is next, and let's try to build a Thief Rogue. And this is gonna be a fun challenge because there's a couple different ways to do this, and I don't know that we want to mix them all together. We might want to go a different way. Does your Summoner Mage include Calicos? It does not. We don't have a lot of spells in it. It's more of a minion hand summoner kind of thing. Geddes says today is our 3-month birthday. Nice, and your birthday. Congrats, Geddes, dude. That's awesome.
We didn't know about that. Looking forward to the new play in meta.
Yeah, Sasuke, dude. It's going to be super fun, I think. So many crazy ideas to try. So much fun stuff to do. So many neat decks to see. But we'll see how our lists go. We actually had some decent lists last expansion, I think, but I do not want to all around librarian. So we're going to build a Thief Rogue because Rogue got a couple new interesting tempo-y cards for Thief decks. Underbelly Fence number 1, great rush stat line for 2 mana. Take some early trades, help you stay alive in the early game. That's fantastic. Also, Vendetta, high tempo removal card as well. So 2 ways here to make sure you're not dying quite as quickly to hyper aggressive aggro decks, which is pretty important.
Thank you for your effort.
Hey, DDD, man, thank you for the 300 bits, dude. It is a lot of effort, but like I said this morning, man, I heard somebody like complaining about how much work streaming was or whatever, and it's like no work. It's like anybody who complains about how hard streaming is like never had a real job or understood what like a real job is, like coal miners or like, you know, like really crazy hardcore jobs. I feel very lucky. It feels like a privilege to get to do this work. So I do appreciate you recognizing it and thanking me, but it's unnecessary, man. I feel like it's the best opportunity in the world. So it's time, but it's not hard, right? It's not hard work. It's just time. Just time, which is, I'd rather be spending my time working doing this than my time working doing something crazy.
Enjoyed the MTGA PAX tournament. Gotten into it a bit recently. Savage did pretty well.
Savage! Yeah, Sasuke. I watched a little bit myself just out of curiosity, you know. I'm not a big MTG guy. I know a little bit. I know like people hate Teferi or whatever. No, I don't want Pogo Hoppers. No. That's not a Pogo deck. I know people hate like Teferi, but that's about it. But I'm glad, man. I think MTG's killing it right now with marketing. They're doing some really crazy stuff. Honestly, blowing Blizzard out of the water in a lot of ways as far as like supporting their game well. So I hope Blizzard takes note and fixes that, right? You forgot HingeClan Burglar. HingeClan Burglar, which one's that? Wait, what's HingeClan Burglar? I don't even remember what that is. Oh, this guy. Oh, yeah. Or this girl, I think. Yeah, actually, I think that's important for mirror matches. Yes. I don't know if it's perfect, but it is important for mirror matches. So, all right. So we've got ourselves a little Thief Rogue package here, which is nice. We need Tess, I think. I mean, honestly, maybe not. You may not actually need Tess, but you might as well get her. It's a tester. Like, this is a test case more than anything, I think. We also need maybe a Pilfer, actually. Pilfer could be really important with Underbelly Fence. Normally, it's not the kind of thing you want, but man, I really wish I had Hallucination instead. Like, oh, that would be so much better. We got to have a Spectral Cutlass, of course, and some Deadly Poisons to support it. I used to fight you guys so hard on the Deadly Poisons. Now I know Deadly Poison is truth. It's very vital to this deck. We might even want the other weapon buff guy.
Which was pretty amazing as well.
I didn't even see all that, Sasuke. I think it was like an Omen PC, right? Which Omen's one of my sponsors too, so that was kind of cool to see. But beyond that, I didn't actually see all of the prize stuff, but that's awesome. Captain Greenskin, yeah, we can do a Greenskin for sure. For sure. I think that's important to get our weapon in a good spot. And then Raiding Party, actually, I think, too. We've learned a fair bit about this deck playing it in Wild recently. Like, our version in Wild has sort of shaped this, which, you know, it's going to be instinctual to add a lot of card generation, but you don't really need that much card generation. You do need a lot of... although, Raiding Party is worse in this, because we don't have enough pirates. Oh, we do have Cutthroat Buccaneer. That's 3 pirates. That might be enough, actually. Is she a pirate? No. Is she a pirate? Is she a pirate? Oh, she's a pirate! High five! Perfect. So we have plenty of pirates. That's great. That makes Raiding Party kind of perfect. Hitch Clanberg was a good pirate for Raiding Party. Yes, Raiderhead, you nailed it, dude. Yes. Yes. That's a great package, honestly. That's sort of the perfect pirate package. 2 weapon buff cards and...
Total package was approximately 1 mil.
Yeah, that's crazy, Sasuke. Crazy. Like I said, they're killing it, dude. MTG is going to do a lot of work supporting their game that well. It's really, really good to see. So, we've got here, I think, what is sort of the mandatory components of a Thief deck. Sort of the more tempo-driven, survivability-driven stuff. Now, we need to probably add a few more Thief cards. I actually don't think I have enough Thief cards right now. I have some 4-mana plays. I have some 3-mana plays. I think Prep is still probably good. And do we actually want to run Myras? Why don't we run Myras in our current deck, guys? I don't know. But definitely Tack. Yeah, Tack is going to be a good way to refill the hand with Prep. Tack's going to be here. No, Tack's going to be here. Tack Nas Whisker, of course, to draw some of our shuffled, prepped espionage cards. That's a cool little combo, potentially. Okay, so I mean, Tack and Tess are sort of the late game shenanigans stuff. Do I want to do anything else? I feel like I'm missing... Aren't we missing one other... Oh, well, we're missing Togwaggle himself here. Tog. We don't need Tog in this deck, though. I think that's a different deck, right? But Togwaggle Scheme, yes, makes sense. Okay, yeah, sure. Well, does it make sense? I don't know. It's a shuffle shenanigan, but I guess it is pretty good for Tess. Yeah, one of them for Tess, or even like some really good card we thief, I guess makes some sense. I do like that. I do like that. Problem with Tog is that you don't have lackeys. Yeah, I don't think Tog is right. This is not a Tog deck, right? Scheme doesn't make sense when your draw is already diluted by espionage. Yeah, maybe, but you can control that, right? Like, you can control that to some extent. Now, I actually think we might want to add some sprints and stuff, or even a Myras. I think Myras is kind of fine in this deck too, right? Because you can reshuffle in with espionage and be okay. I'm surprised we don't run Myras in our current list. I don't know why we don't run Myras in our wild list we've been playing. I don't think Shadow Step does enough, Tremudius. I mean, it's good with Tess, right? There's a few cards it's good with, but I don't really want to be pulling a lot of stuff off the board. I don't know. It might be worth it. I feel like it's not in my head, though. Ellic, I think, is too greedy. Myers is kind of slow. You think a Prep Myers is slow? I actually kind of think the opposite. I think it's like a infusion of resources, right? Like, we need resources. I'm a little worried we're going to run out of plays sometimes. Even when you're doing all this thievery, you can still run light on cards because you can play a lot of stuff super fast. But I guess we do have Raiding Party already and a lot of generation, so maybe not. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I think it'll be okay. They buffed Grawl the Shark last patch, by the way. All buffs get added now. Oh, okay, cool. So, like, Kel'Seth buffs and stuff. You don't want to play Myers early or mid. It's dead 90% of the time if early. Well, you can play it with, you know, an espionage, but I don't think I'm gonna add Myers. I don't think that's it. I'm thinking maybe a sprint's better. Do you guys think sprint is too much? I think it is. Maybe just a vanish is important to stay alive. Any other survivability cards we can add here, like a walk the plank, for instance, just to have some mid-game removal? Because we're gonna theoretically outvalue everybody, right? We can create just infinite resources, basically. 20 cards here. Togwaggle Scheme makes even more cards. We're generating so many resources. TAC is doubling up on those resources in some cases.
Mr. Regis, getting enough sleep, eating your veggies.
Sasuke, yeah, man,
Tomato.
I'm good. Thank you for checking in on me, though, man. That's really nice of you. Most people only ask things of me constantly. Regis, do this for me. Regis, do this for me. Which, you know, I'm in that position. That's fine, but it's nice to have somebody asking how I am. Thank you. I'm doing good, man. Ziliax is certainly fine, but I mean, we have a lot of healing, theoretically, with Spectral Cutlass, right? And Deadlies. And just a lot of tempo now, removal. I don't think damage is going to be as big of a concern. Need more draw. Espionage is useless to the cards in your deck. Well, I've been talking about Myra's, and everybody yells at me, and I've been talking about Sprint, and nobody seems to like it. I do agree with you that Espionage gets stranded. We run Sprint on our wild list, but what do I cut right now for Sprint? Do I have to run these Pilfers, guys? They feel so bad. They feel so bad. I know why they're there. They're there for fence, but do you have to play the fence on turn 2? Spectral Cutlass is expensive and slow. I think Spectral Cutlass is the only way this deck works, actually.
I haven't been in for a while.
You gotta have enough healing.
Did the photog help you feel at home?
You gotta have enough healing, I think, for this deck to work. Cutlass is a really big heal generator. Like, it gets a long way. Pilfer's what worries me. I know why it's there for fence, but I feel like it's not good. It's just so random. It's going to be garbage most of the time. I feel like we can still play, you know, fence on turn 5 and feel like it's a good card, right? I would love Swashbuckler. That would be good. And Sasuke, yes, dude, it went great, man. It was awesome. They did a great job. They made me feel right at home. I don't think I felt, you know, it was very easy anyway, but they were super nice. I got to meet a ton of cool people. It was a big deal and like real pros, so it was quite the deal. I think we gotta have sprints. I think sprint's right. I sort of think one sprint and one Myra's is actually the right move. Because we can really fill our deck with Myra's in an interesting way, right? We can Myra's and then Togwaggle Scheme some insane thing that we want only that, right? I could put 10 Tesses in my deck and top deck a Tess every turn, right? I think Myra's creates too many cool opportunities. I could keep a Togwaggle Scheme turn 1, do a bunch of crazy stuff, Myra's, play Tess, Togwaggle Tess, if she lives, presumably, then I top deck Tess every turn for 10 turns. And it's like, come on, how do you lose? How do you lose? All right, I like this. I think this is good. If you don't play fence on turn 2 or 3, it's not worth it. I don't know about that. It's just a Frostbolt in some cases, right? Like a 3-mana deal with a minion. I mean, we can still prep an Espionage on 1 and hit a fence on 2 occasionally if we're like super desperate. I think it's okay. Stolen Steel is a problem with our weapon. I don't want to have to overwrite the Cutlass or get kind of stuck with the Cutlass, you know? The Cutlass is a vital piece. It's true that the mirror match will suck in some cases. We only have Hinch Clan Burglar right now for the mirror match. If we really wanted, we could add in like the Echo Face Collector or whatever. That'd be a mirror match shore up in some cases. But I guess if we're like really desperate, we could always Togwaggle Scheme a Hinch Clan Burglar if it lines up, that sort of thing, to make sure we still get there. But it's true in Standard, there is no Lotus to bail you out, so you really are stuck with what you've got. I like this okay, though. I don't think 2 Vanishes is wrong. 2 Greedy Lists, not even Backstab? I don't... What do you think's greedy here? I don't know that it's... We have Vendetta, we have Walk the Plank. Vendetta is like the new Backstab in this deck, right? I don't think we need 2 of them. We have a lot of ways to remove stuff. And like Underbelly Fence, like this deck's more reactive than ever. Why not Contract? I just don't think it's that good. It has a couple bad cases, like a couple cases where it's just not that impactful, right? I think Vanish is better. If we were going to run Contract, it'd be over Walk the Plank, but I think I value the mana and the tempo more than the upsides on Contract. One-sided vanish, yeah, but sometimes we like bouncing our minions back to hand. Don't forget that. Like, a lot of our minions are good to come back. Fence would be great to come back if we vanish it, right? Blink Fox is awesome to return to our hand. Like, sometimes returning your minions hand is good. That's what I like. I feel like we do need 2 vanishes, man. I'm sorry, guys. Those have been so key in all of our wild format games. Like, so important. I kind of think we have to. I like where this is at. I think this is good. We'll find out. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know? It does not have to be perfect. Oops. It doesn't have to be perfect day 1. We want to test some stuff out. We want to test some things out, see how it goes. I'm a little worried about Fence, I'll be honest. Not having the Pilfer does make this worse. But I think on turn 3 or turn 4, it's still a good play, right? Turn 5 even. Turn 10 even, it can be a good play, right? Still can be powerful, so. I'm okay with it. I only have 1 neutral card. That is probably a sign I did something wrong. I think that might be a sign we did something wrong. That's a pretty untypical thing to see in a deck. It's nerve-wracking there. Only 1 neutral card. Vince came just in time to lose Hallucination. Yes, that would be the perfect opener, right? Oh my god, it's so sad. You think we need Spirit of the Shark for weapon buffs? I think we'll be okay. Double Deadly gets you to 6. We have 2 of the Cutthroats. That's 7. I mean, 8 theoretically. That should be fine in most cases. Like, it's not always going to be that, of course, right? But I think it'll be okay. We can also get occasional buffs from our opponent stuff. What did I not do? Priest and Druid. Let's build a heal Druid. Let's build a heal Druid, right? We got a new card here. I'm going to go ahead and build like the late game heal Druid, I think, with Lucent Bark. Crypt's favorite card of all time, apparently. Crypt thinks this card is going to be the most OP card in history or something like that. I may be taking some liberties there with his words, but indications I heard were that he does like it indeed. He does indeed like Lucent Bark a lot.
Aha.
Crypt's smart. He might be right. It's making me question my thoughts more. Like, man, Crypt's pretty smart. Like, he's a really good game player. He understands Hearthstone as well as anybody. Like, shoot, maybe I got this wrong. I gave it 3 stars. I don't think it's bad. I just didn't think it was consistent enough or reliable enough. But man, if Crypt loves it, like, whew, I'm getting nervous, guys. Crypt's all about Lucent Bark. So I want to build a Lucent Bark deck.
When do you plan to take these out for a test drive? Call
Tuesday.
Me hand, medium skin tone. Call me hand, medium skin tone. Call me hand, medium skin tone.
Tuesday, of course. I can't until then. Like, they're not out yet. So as soon as the expansion hits, we'll be running into these decks. Like, we'll be trying all these out and seeing how they go. So, Lucent Bark deck. What we need is, I think, the idea of running like a Floop and maybe a Faceless Manipulator is a cool idea to get like a couple repeating Lucent Barks on board, sort of like a Hadronox style deal where you just got a lot of taunts that are constantly getting in the way and interrupting your opponent's deal, and they're really mad about it. So let's try this, sure.
So just imagine Lucent Bark, then
This
Floop
is okay.
plus Face Manipulator. Also some Florist shenanigans and don't forget 1 mana heal all girl or probably 2 girls.
All girl. Tremudius, dude, you nailed it. Yes, dude. I agree completely. We're on the same page, man. I think we're going to try that. Bitladdie did indeed say medium skin tone a lot there. Crypt suggested Undertaker could make Lucent Bark insane. I actually don't understand the interaction. How would that work well? Undertaker just turns into Lucent Bark if it gets resurrected, right? Or when it dies. So it's not like it's infinite. It's just an extra Lucent Bark. But it doesn't have taunt when you play it, so it's like a riskier Lucent Bark, isn't it? What happens to Lucent Bark when silenced? It's just 4/8, you know, just dies as a 4/8. But that's why you have the Floop, is to like make an extra Lucent Bark as needed, right? That's the idea here, I think, to sort of protect you so you can get 3 Lucent Barks potentially in play, or 2 if things go really south on the first one. So I don't see how Undertaker makes sense with this package. Why would you Undertaker? It just becomes another Lucent Bark. But it's a Lucent Bark that's an 8/5 for 8, which is pretty bad first play, you know? Like, it's theoretically a 4th Lucent Bark, but I feel like if you get 3, it's better. And this one's so risky to play the turn you play it because it doesn't have taunt. Like, this would be the worst Lucent Bark to play. You'd feel really bad if you played this Lucent Bark. Because it's not got taunt and your opponent will just run through it, right? Now, theoretically, if you could maybe combine this with some other Death Rattles that feel good too, just for that first time play, perhaps. But again, it just doesn't have taunt. I feel like Undertake is going to be way too slow. I don't think that's going to be good. If Lucent Bark dies 3 times, Undertake, does it summon 3 or 1? Well, that's a good question, I guess. If it turns into 3, maybe that's intriguing. But again, you have to kill it. Prelate, Undertake, a Paladin. We can try it again, try Circle. I mean, is anything new there? I feel like something new needs to happen. We've tried that deck before. If it creates three Lucent Barks. Yes, but I'd still be nervous that it's just unnecessary. I mean, it makes sense in some ways if it creates 3. Undertaker can gain Death Rattles multiple times. Do you ever get stranded, though, if you have too many of these? I'm actually worried you're going to have too many of these where you can't play other minions and you don't have a heal and you're just, like, stuck. That seems kind of risky. I don't think I'm going to do Undertaker. I think that's too greedy.
Any Druidry and games on the horizon that you see? Also, there were a bunch of beast synergies that popped out in recent expansions.
Yeah, we have Tree Druid on the list for sure. I'm just doing this one first, but we'll get to trees. We'll probably try beasts again too. Yeah, if there's any new really big beasts in Druid, I don't know. I love the idea of Stampeding Roar, but did we get new big beasts? I feel like there weren't that many big beasts. Why would it make 3? It would just go dormant 3 times. Well, presumably it'd go dormant 3 times and then create 3 separate dormant instances, right? No, I don't think so, Kinjinshu. It shouldn't come back as an Undertaker. People have tested that before with Sherazin. If you put the Sherazin Death Rattle and Undertaker, he comes back as a Sherazin, not an Undertaker. But I first off, let's solve the heal problem first, because we're not even gonna get any Lucent Barks back at this rate, because we don't have any healing right now, right? So let's add some healing cards. We have a handful of new healing cards. Crystal Power is fantastic. Potion Vendor is fantastic because it doesn't have to be face health. It can be health to any characters. So if you have a couple of damaged minions, this could work really nicely. Lifesteal minions are also good, so I'm going to try Dreamway Guardians for now. May not make the cut at the end of the day, but we're going to add in a bunch of good new cards. Any other healing? Don't let me miss anything new that's good. I mean, this is a nice little synergy card, so we'll try it and see for now. I may not make the cut, but... Traveling Healer might be overkill. I'd probably just have Earthen Ring Farseers. I don't know how much healing we're going to need, but we can add it in for now and then cut back from there, right? We'll get up to 35 or something and dial it back. This is intriguing with, this is kind of intriguing, but probably too slow. Okay, now Lifesteal is another route for healing, so let's look at Lifesteal minions here in the neutral set that are good. I want them to be strong still, so like Ziliax makes a lot of sense. No Lifesteal and Druid, huh? Man, there's really not that much healing, guys. It's kind of nerve-wracking. We do still have like Healing Touch and Ancient of Lore, technically, but I don't know how good I feel about Ancient of Lore. Yeah, and then Earthen Ring Farseer. So let's do Restore. Forgot about Restore. Earthen Ring Farseer. Is Soup Vendor actually a relevant card? Darkscale Healer. It's a card I've always thought would be good. I think Rotten Apple Ball makes a ton of sense. 4 is kind of the wrong increment, though. Well, we need a Crystallizer, yes, yeah. And maybe even an Ornery Direhorn. Or not Direhorn, Ornery Tortoise. I keep saying that.
Well,
I don't think I want Ancient Lore. I think it's too slow.
make some room
Hey,
by the
Sasuke, thanks for the
Hearthstone.
gifted sub, man. It's awfully nice of you. Do I want to run an Ornery? Is there a better way for me to take damage? I mean, Druid can take damage using the hero power, so you may not need this. It might be unnecessary. You could also run Injured Blade Masters, too. I sort of like the idea of Injured Blade Master, guys. I think that could be sort of nuts with Crystal Power. Instead of worrying about our face heal, like, what if we put it in a minion too, right? It does not have to be on one turn, I don't think. It showed a kind of 5-tick increment that was going to be like where you could stack it up over Stegatrons too. Okay. Yeah, Stegatron maybe. I like how it's a defensive card, so that makes it feel better. Whoa! Sasuke! Oh my god! 10 gifted subs from Sasuke! You're a madman tonight, dude! Jeez! Good lord! Bits everywhere! 10 gifted subs! Woo! Thank you, Sasuke. Grats to Sama, Shogun, Joko, Ziller. Oh, you guys can't see anything. Asil, Loik, Oddjobber, Korthos, Clingy, and Trickstar. Oh my god. Beautiful stuff. Grats, everybody. Bah! Thank you, man. Back to the screen here. Sorry, guys, for the delay. Jeez. I added Segatrons. This is making me nervous. I feel like this deck is all over the place. Like, we're gonna just add it all. See what to cut later, right? Did I add Earthen Rings? It did, okay. Let's add it all and see what to cut. I don't think Life Drinker feels good to me. I don't know. The fact that I can't use it on a minion makes me nervous, right? Most of these are targeted or universal, so they feel better. Right now, I don't feel like I have any druid like spells. I need spells to be good too, right? So that makes me super nervous. Because we're basically going to be a kind of a control deck, a stall deck, an infinite value deck. But how many total, loosened barks can I even get back right now? Like, how much healing do I have to even get that many back? I don't know. What do you think about Druid Lego, Stelandris, and War Druid Lodi? It doesn't work together. Stelandris is only spells. Choose one spell. So War Druid Lodi is not a spell, unfortunately. Would be cool, but no such luck. So let's talk about what we're going to cut, guys. I think we can cut Dreamway Guardians, honestly. I like that it's an early game minion, but it's not going to be a relevant heal in the early game because I won't have a Lucent Bark yet. The healing is stuff I'm going to be typically wanting to play later in the game, right? After we've already played a Lucent Bark. So I don't think that's good. I think we cut that. I actually don't even know if Crystallizer is necessary. I feel like we're probably just going to take a lot of default damage in the game anyway, because we're going to be taking a lot of passive early game turns. I don't even know if I need this. I don't think Steladris might be good because I might be adding in some spells here soon. That's kind of the same thing with Injured Blade Master too, right? Where it's like this. If I play this on turn 3 and heal it, that's not going to be relevant for my Lucent Bark. I have to play Lucent Bark first. So why run this? Doesn't make sense. Life Weaver's still okay because it can be a value generator after you play Lucent Bark. That's kind of cool. Traveling Healer, I don't think so because it's kind of part of the values here in the Divine Shield. We don't need that late. Crystal Stag, man, that is a good turn 5 play. That sort of makes these other things feel good again. Like, that sort of makes the Injured Blade Master feel relevant because even if I don't get a Lucent Bark play, Crystal Stag is pretty nuts. Now I'm thinking about adding in the... did I just add a card accidentally? Yes, I did. I'm thinking about adding in the Injured Blade Master again. I forgot that Crystal Stag was another really good reason to have healing synergy cards. Okay. Well, okay. That might change some things about how this deck is built right now. Yes, Remedius, exactly right. It does not have to be 5 at once, so these little increments of 3 and stuff are totally fine. No big deal there. Floop we want, Stag we want, Dark Scale Healer. I mean, in theory, I like it, but may not be good enough. Apple Bomb is fine because it's defensive. Stegatron is fine because it's defensive and has a big heal body. Ziliax Lifesteal is really good. We're 25 cards. I think I'm going to cut the Dark Scale. But do we have enough healing? This is 2 instances of Lucent Bark. This can be another 2. Theoretically, it might be less, though. Really might only be 1 or 2. This can be another Lucent Bark. This is a couple Lucent Barks. This is a Lucent Bark and a half. This is a half a Lucent Bark. I don't really have that many ways to get a ton of Lucent Barks right now. I mean, how many do you need? 4 or 5? Do you need 6? I don't really like Life Drinker. Because it's like something I'm not going to want to play on turn 4, you know? I want it to be able to target minions as well. I'd rather run the new Traveling whatever than Traveling Turtle Dude than Life Drinker, I think, right? Because I can target minions. Like, Traveling Healer to me would be better than Life Drinker. Because I can target minions with it. I can use it on the Blade Master, I can use it on the Stegadron, I can use it on a Lucent Bark, for instance. Life Drinker is just only face. So it may not be as useful. not as flexible. And I don't care about face damage so much, right? Why play Blade Master over Turtle? Because I have some cards that are better when they're healing minions, right? Potion Vendor heals minions as well. So having a minion heal is going to be valuable to me in some cases, I think. Is Squashling rotating? Squashling. The Priest card? No, it's from Witchwood, but it's a Priest card, I think is what you're talking about. Is that what you mean? Potion Vendor's terrible, though? Oh, I don't think so at all. This thing packs a ton of punch for 1 mana. Like, we can fit this into a lot of turns. Ornery Tortoise we talked about, but I don't know that it's necessary. I think we're probably going to take damage in a lot of decks. We have our hero power to force damage if we need it to. Like if our opponent plays a minion, we can hero power into it and take damage. We talked about Crystallizer and Tortoise, and I cut them both because I don't think they're going to be necessary. Against aggro decks, we're going to take the damage naturally, just because we're not going to be playing that many minions. And our hero power can always help us take damage, right, by trading into things. So I don't think I want to run damage generators. We might find out really fast that we regret that, and we're like, oh god, we're constantly full health. Yeah, actually, that might happen often, because we are going to be healing ourselves a lot, so we're going to be returning to full health regularly. I guess we kind of do have to run them. Never mind. Because we're going to be constantly returning to full health. I was thinking about the first instance of health, but there's going to be a lot of healing, so we're going to be constantly jumping back up to 30. So we've built this weird mid-range deck right now, but I don't think it has enough reactive spells. I don't think we have enough ways to, It's like got a lot of weird mid-rangey minions. I really think the best way to build this is not Lucent Park, by the way. I think we'd be better off without Lucent Park. But this is sort of a Lucent Park deck, so we're going to try to support Lucent Park. I think you'd be better off building like a mid-range druid, or maybe even an aggro druid that had some heal stuff going on. Like, it'd be cool to have Tortoise and Blade Master and all these neat little things happening. I don't know if Lucent Park's necessary. So I'm at 29 out of 30 cards is the issue, right? Like, what card do I add here that just completes the picture? I don't think Ramp is necessary. Like, certainly swipes feel good in a lot of decks. I don't have any card draw right now either. I have some generation with, like, Life Weaver. I think I'm going to cut Life Weaver. I don't think that's worth it. Because by the time we get to the Lucent Park, we're going to be happy anyway. Might also cut Apple Bomb. I don't think it feels necessary. This feels like the sort of deck that's going to take a lot of refinement to get good, by the way. I have Stiladris in here right now, but only Crystal Power, which I think is important, by the way, because I want to get extra 5 health heals out of it. I think I'm going to cut Apple Bomb, maybe. I think I'd almost rather have Darkscale Healer than Apple Bomb. I don't hate Wrath. I think we're going to add Wrath. I'm going to try to... What I'm literally doing is trying to find space for staples like Swipe and Wrath. But I'm trying to figure out what to cut, right? Because I only have 3 slots right now. I think I might cut Apple Bomb. I actually think Stegatron is important. It's true that I don't have 2 drops, but I'm adding Wrath right now. And any other really good choose one spells? Mark of Nature, not really. Bites, not choose one. Mark of the Loa, not relevant to us, probably. I think just 2 swipes is good. Okay. Nourish is not bad, actually. With Stiladris. That's a lot of card draw, which is one thing we're lacking right now. I don't have any card draw. Okay. This deck feels so weird to me. I don't think this feels good at all. It's like 2 separate decks at once, kind of. I agree cutting a Stegatron's probably okay. It's sort of like 2 decks in one. It's super weird. It's a super weird deck. It's like a mid-rangey minion deck and then this weird Lucent Park deck. I'm worried we're not going to have enough cards. Honestly, Nourish might fix that problem, though. Nourish is an instant generation of resources. Yeah. Okay. I think Lucent Park is just bad, guys. Like, This seems so hard to get Lucent Bark back to life. I don't see it. I don't see it, right? Isn't it going to be really hard to get this thing going? It's just going to, like, in theory, if you just think about it in the scheme of the cosmos, like, yes, Lucent Bark, okay, cool. Lots of 4/8s coming back. But then you, like, try to build the deck, and it's like, where on earth do you line up the healing, and, like, you have the healing, but it feels bad to run it. Like, how does your deck get to Lucent Bark? There's, like, so many inconsistencies here that I haven't solved. Maybe there's some better way to do this where it's like, it's cumulative metal, but still it's hard. Like, it's still hard. There's only so many resummons. We're going to try it, man. We're going to try it, but Lucent Bark, heal, Druid. But I really don't think it's going to be good. This feels so awkward to me, and there might be a better way to do it. It's one of those decks you'll have to refine a ton probably to get it in a good spot, and even then, I'm not sure it's going to be good. We like built a whole deck to support a mediocre card, is what I feel like. I feel like we built a 29 card deck that's like okay to make one okay card work, and it's like, ugh, that doesn't feel like a good thing to do to me. So I'm pretty sure that's going to suck. All right, now we got Priest, guys. What on earth? I guess we're going to build a quick Silence Priest. I need to go in about 15 minutes, so let's make this one quick. We already made a Hunter deck. Priest is the only class we haven't made a deck for yet. So I guess we'll build Silence Priest. We already kind of saw one on stream today. I don't remember exactly what they were running, but we certainly have some options here. Dalaran, Librarian, silence all minions, all of them. Silence them all. 5-star card. Silence all of your minions, guys. All of them.
Truly a druid deck for the ages.
I don't think this is good enough, by the way. I think this card kind of sucks. Truly a druid deck for the ages. Yes. I hope you're right. I don't think you're supposed to use Lucent Bark as your win condition anyways. Supposed to? It's a weird phrasing. I don't know. What do you mean supposed to? Who decreed thou shalt not use a card for your win condition? I mean, we're gonna try. That's the point, right? We're seeing if it's good enough. Like, some people out there in the Hearthstone community have gone so far as to call it a 5-star card, one of the best in the world, best in history. I'm here to challenge that notion and see if it holds up or not. So we'll find out. 4 mana 4/7 sucks. I kind of think it does. It's like I'd almost just rather run Yeti. I mean, I don't know. It's a little upside, but it's not that much. I actually thought it was a 3 mana 4/7 when I first watched it on stream, and I was like, oh, yes. That feels good. 3 mana 4/7 is awesome. And then I saw it was 4 mana, and I was like, oh, wait, what? 4 mana is not good. You can run a legendary without using this win condition. Of course. Yeah, obviously you can. But we're trying to make it work because people are saying it's really good. And it's a legendary that kind of requires some support, right? You have to run healing cards to make Lucent Bark relevant at all. So you got to have enough to make it relevant. If you're going to commit to some, I think you got to lean in a little bit, at the very least. If this dude, the 4/7 dude, is good, I actually think it'll be because of his death rattle. Like, you can do things like, Akanai Soul Priest or whatever, and give him a kind of cool death rattle, I think. Akanai Phantasm, same story. Like, if you can trade him in or whatever, but it's going to be hard to line that up, I think. Hard to line that up. Do you think Purity on Angry Chicken combo could have been viable? Purity on Angry Chicken. I don't know what that means exactly. Yes, I like Faceless Rager a lot too, Radarhead. I think it's really cool. I think it could be very good. Alright, guys. What else does this deck want to do here? I have this, like, sort of minion secret package that's kind of cool. These silences. We also want Ancient Watcher, I guess, right? Are there any others that are really good? We don't have the 7/7 anymore. We don't have the 4/8 plant dude. Are there any other really good silence body minions that I'm not thinking of? Quartz Elemental, I actually don't think that's big enough. I don't think that one's going to get there. Like, 5/8's not that exciting. Kind of the same for the 4/7. I don't feel like... Leave me alone, I'm leaving. I don't know what you mean, Pink Pirate. I'm not trying to be mean, man. I don't know what you mean. That sounds like... Purity on Angry Chicken. I don't know what that means. You mean purify? But even then, I don't know what purify Angry Chicken means either. I'm not trying to be a jerk, I promise. I don't know. I don't know. The Beast? Interesting. Grizzly? What Grizzly? What do you mean Grizzly? What Grizzly are we talking about? What Grizzly? Which one Grizzly? Oh, because it gets... Oh, I see. I see. You're saying it takes the hit and then... Got it. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know if that's worth. Doesn't seem that good to me. None of these seem that good to me. Like, Ancient Watcher's pretty solid, I guess. Arcane Watcher, I guess, too, is pretty solid. I don't think they're, like, insane, though. I guess the question is, do we still run the buff package? That's what this deck used to run back in the day, right? It used to run... Just get some really quick, crazy buffs on Ancient Watchers and stuff. Power Word Shield. Yes. Tremudius, you're nailing it. Yes, exactly. We're on a very close link tonight, so that's... we're there. Soldier of Fortune, again, I just don't think the stat upside is worth it. Like, that's not that big of a stat gain. Like, it's a little bit of a stat gain, but it's not, like, significant or enormous, right? Doesn't seem significant enough to me. So this feels a bit like the old sort of Silence Priest package. I think it ran things like Circle of Healing and Akanai Soul Priest, maybe? Which would give me a reason to run the 4-mana 4/7, to be honest. Like, if we add in Akanai Circle for removal, then maybe the 4-mana 4/7 makes sense. Was this run in the deck on stream today? I didn't really see it, the whole thing. Sun Fury and... I don't like the Beast, guys. I don't think it's good enough. Like, the downside's not even that big of a deal to silence off. I don't think that's it. Sun Fury can make sense, certainly, as can Defender of Argus, yeah. Okay. 4 mana. I don't know if these are going to make the cut, but we'll try. We'll see. Because we're at 28 right now, and I don't think I have enough spells. Like, I don't have any removal or... I mean, Akanai Circle is kind of cool, I guess, but I don't have any card draw right now. I feel like we don't have enough priest cards, you know? I like Akanai Circle and Shade Quill. Shade Quill's also just really good with Inner Fire, Divine Spirit shenanigans, right? Do I actually want to run Akanai, or do I just want to run Akanai Phantasm? Like, do I want Soul Priest or Phantasm? Phantasm might be a little easier to control. It dies to the Circle, though, which Soul Priest lives. Cleric, yeah, we could do a Cleric with Circle of Healing, sure. Yeah, that's some card draw, which helps shore up one of my concerns, for sure. I'm worried that we don't have enough card draw, or enough late game. Like, if our kind of initial push backfires, I don't think we have any chance, right? Injured Blade Master, another interesting card with, Circle of Healing for sure. I think I gotta cut, like, Defender. I like Sun Fury because it's like flexibility in a pinch against aggro, but I don't think Defender's worth it. Is there any other like late game card that can give this a little bit of extra, just like, you know, like I'm worried there's like, I just need a little bit of, like, or some removal or something, like Shadow Word Deaths, or... Is Faceless Rager too greedy, guys? Like, it's a 3-mana 5/6, it's a 3-mana 5/5. Honestly, Faceless Ragers are pretty empowering on these silence wins if we don't have a silence, so... That could be nice. Divine Hymn and Pyro. Yeah. Pyro's not a terrible idea. I don't really know if I have enough spells for it, though. I feel like Akanai Circle's enough removal. Divine Hymn might be okay. Doesn't work very well with Soul Priest, though. I don't know. I think Circle could be enough. What about other buffs like extra arms? They're not really that good with silences in most cases is the issue, right? Surrender Madness is terrible with silences. Mass Hysteria, I mean, it's probably not terrible. I do like the idea of just Injured Blade Master, I'll be honest. Injured Blade Master Circle is like a game-winning play sometimes. Draws me cards. High health. Fantastic for Faceless Rager sometimes. Soul Priest better than Phantasm? I don't know. That's what we were talking about. It lives to the Circle of Healing, which could be nice sometimes. Can be bad other times. I don't know if Quill Boars or Shade Quills or whatever are worth it. Right? Like, they're big, yeah, but are they worth it? I mean, it is occasionally like an extra 5 damage burst off a Soul Priest or whatever, trade it into something, or maybe it's taking some damage, you just kill it off and get some damage out of it. I think it's okay. I mean, I don't think it has a ton of reload, but I don't remember Silence Priest of Old having a ton of reload either. I don't think it has a ton of other... Shade Quill has the same extra stats for 4-drop as Treasure. It does, but the upside or the downside on this card is actually potentially an upside for us with Akanai Soul Priest. The downside on the other one, the Treasure Dude, whatever his name is always a downside. Like, we can silence it, I guess, right? But if we don't want to silence it, or we can't, or whatever, we're prioritizing other silences, this gets really risky for us really fast, whereas this one's probably not as risky for us really fast. Most of our increments of damage winning the game will be like 20 plus damage hits anyway, so if we do happen to heal 5 or whatever, okay. But we also have the Akanai Soul Priest combo to potentially do extra damage, sort of the old zombie chow style. I don't know if that's worth it. This may not really be worth it. I think this could be a bad card. Maybe would rather just add another like 5 or 6 drop or something into it and feel better about our chances, but I don't know what it'd be, you know? Maybe just like a Temple Enforcer or something, right? I still don't really think Quartz Elemental is good enough either. So I guess we're gonna go here, guys, because I gotta run. I gotta go tuck in Miss Kilbin. So I'm gonna call it quits on this one, I think. Silence Priest. That puts us at 9 new decks so far. 1 for each class. We have Bomb, Control Warrior, Khadgar, Summoner Mage, Mech, Death Rattle Hunter, Murloc Shaman, Secret Paladin, Demon Zoo Warlock, Thief Rogue, Lucent Park Heal Druid, and a Silence Priest. Half of which I think are decent. Half of these I think are okay. That was a budget deck too, which is nice. Yeah, that'll be handy for people, hopefully. Alright, cool. I guess we're done, guys. It's been a really cool stream. This has been fun. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me tonight. A lot of viewership for a night stream. 350 viewers is awesome. How many new followers do we get today, all told, across both streams? Let's see. 135 new Twitch followers today. That's awesome. It's a really, really big deal, guys. So thank you for that. Appreciate each and every one of you hanging out with me today. Appreciate the follows, the subs, the crazy gifted subs. Sasuke went nuts tonight. Lots of other bits from Tremudius and all kinds of people tossing in their bits. So appreciate all of them, both large and small. You guys are all amazing. Let me find you a quick raid before I leave here. And I will be back tomorrow morning and tomorrow night. We'll do more theory crafting decks here. Basically, we're going to try to get to like 20, 30 deck archetypes, right? Just want to get a ton of decks. As many decks as I can get, excuse me, will be perfect. So, let's raid somebody small tonight. Like always. How about Space Gorilla? That sounds fun. All right, guys, have fun on the raid, and I will see you guys again tomorrow morning. But until then, thank you so very much for watching, and until next time, game on. everybody, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. I know I'm in a black screen. I love the new waiting screen. Thanks, Max, man. Yeah, it's super sick, right? It's super cool. Rise of Shadows themed. I hope we can always come up with good ones for each expansion. The last couple have been nuts, right? I started it with Rosticons. I had like a generic Regis piece made, and then we did a Rosticons piece, and then a Rise piece. And hopefully we can stay up with each new expansion to create some cool new artwork for me. Put on the slides, etc. Lots of cool things to be done. So don't freak out, guys. There is a plan here. There's a reason this is all currently a black screen, because we're not going to be playing Hearthstone today. We are going to be building decks. Decks, I tell you. Okay. I think I'm going to make myself a little smaller today. Boy, that hit home hard. I need to do that in real life. Make myself a little smaller. That needs to be a goal, a real life goal, man. Whew! That hurt. That hurt. Ouch. Psyops, Linthe, Diamond Lights, we had on Tentacle, Blue Zombie, Crypt Snipe, Smokeboat, S7S4 Go. That just says let's forego. Okay. Makes sense. Hey Mage. Hey Big Mood, hey Faroon, Starshine, King's Nut, Galactic Tater, great name. Patches did nothing wrong, another good name there. Who else is here?
Regis,
I don't know, people. Lots of people.
Knowledge.
Indeed, thick with knowledge and experience and wisdom. That's why I'm so thick. All the knowledge and wisdom and experience in the world. You were hurrying so much with your review, you misread a couple cards. Well, I think I misspoke on one, but I reviewed it the same. The adjacent minions one, I just said all, because I literally just said all like 3 times. All the new cards! It was just stuck in my brain. But the review on that one's right. Obviously, if it silenced all minions, that'd be like a 5-star card. It would be insane. It would be ridiculously good. Did I misread something else? Like, did I misread anything where it was just more than a misspeak, where I misunderstood an effect or anything? I don't feel like so. And Waffle Pig is Death Rattle on Battlecry. No, I know. That's why I said it has some downside, because it's going to be hard to control. Did I say Battlecry? Again, I may have misread them, but both of those I actually knew what they were. And I think talked about them in regard to their actual effect. There have been some I have actually gotten wrong before, but so far I think those might have just been misspeaks. Can you theorycraft a fatigue warrior with Alicia? I don't know what Alicia is. You mean Aliciana, maybe? Probably, yeah. I honestly had more mistakes. And I did a last pass in the video. I had like one card I had 2 different star scores for. Like I recorded it twice. Another one I still messed up. One of the star scores, I put the wrong stars in. It's really hard to edit. Like 54 cards. You kind of lose your sanity. It all gets super repetitive. It's just over and over again. And you never know exactly what's going on. So I'm not too surprised by any of those mistakes. I prioritized speed and efficiency over perfection. It would take 6 hours to edit that video perfectly, which I just can't spend 6 hours doing it. Do you have a spreadsheet? I don't, but Mage does. Mage will deserves in keeping track of my scores, which, by the way, I'm pretty happy with how my distributions landed. Like, the histogram for my card scores is pretty much a perfect bell curve. Pretty much a perfect bell curve. I would have liked maybe 1 or 2 more 5-star cards, but nothing stood out. I'm not going to force a 5-star card that's not there. I just didn't see anything, so what are you going to do? Alright, guys, let's build some decks. I need a way to do this where there's not a million Magic the Gathering Arena advertisements everywhere. My god, Hearthstone. Doing some work for you guys. There it is. Thank you, Mage, for linking that. Do you have the deck code? No, I really don't have it handy, man. Somebody might have it in chat, but which cards do you wish you'd rated 5 stars? I don't think there's any I wish I would have rated 5 stars. I just wish there had been more 5-star cards, I guess. There's nothing I like regret and would go back and rate. I just don't think there were that many 5-star cards. But if it were perfect distribution, I would have had maybe like 5 or 6 5-star cards, 10 to 15 1-star cards, and then what we had for 2s, 3s, and 4s I think was fine. I just want 3 to be a very minor peak. Honestly, I think 2s should be more than 4s. There are typically more 2-star cards in Hearthstone than 4-star cards, so that's pretty representative of what we normally see in an expansion. I was pretty happy with him. Hey, Gerardo Pepe. How's it going? Is everything running? I feel like everything's not going. Everything's running. Okay, we're fine. Except for me. I think we're going to make a Bomb Warrior deck, though, first, guys. Let's build a new deck. This one's going to be Bomb Warrior. And I don't know what that's going to look like yet, but let's go take a look at some new Rise of Shadows cards. I want Warrior. Can you do Warrior and Rise of Shadows simultaneously? I guess not. That's kind of annoying. Can you do both? Is there a way to filter by deck now or by expansion? Well, that'll help for sure. Well, I don't know. We'll just do it this way. This is fine. It's not that annoying. Just not exactly what I want. Maybe that's it. So let's see. Bomb Warriors. We're going to start off with Dr. Boom, of course. New card that summons boom bots for each bomb in your opponent's deck, which means we also need some bomb summoning cards. So Clockwork Goblin, for instance, shuffles a bomb into your opponent's deck. So we need 2 of those. That's kind of our core package. I don't think we want to go totally crazy with bombs. I think you can easily go too far with your bomb summoning. Are there any other new Rise cards that summon bombs, or are we just going to go grab Seaforium Bomber? Is that the full package, for instance? Maybe we just grab Seaforium Bomber. Is that a 5-mana card? 5 mana, 5/5, right? Seaforium Bomber. I feel like I'm forgetting one. Is there not another? Oh, Wrench Caliber. Yes, that's what it is. Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys. I thought there was one more. Didn't seem like this was enough. So this would be the full bomb package. Here it is. Clockwork Goblin, Wrench Caliber, Seaforium Bomber, and Blastmaster Boom. So that's 4 bombs, and then this can theoretically shuffle another 4 bombs. That's 8 total bombs. Now, that's not a lot for Dr. Boom. You only really need, I guess, 3 for Dr. Boom to maximize, though. It's really just more about making those bombs win you the game, essentially. But we can do other things, too, like add in an Augmented Elic, for instance. Now, I'm wondering if that's a little bit too sneaky. Like, that feels like the sort of thing that might be building this a little bit too narrowly. Like, you might be better off just going for, like, a package around this to support your game plan, as opposed to really diving deep. That said, I mean, it's not like these cards are big sacrifices on their own right? They're all kind of okay cards. Wrench Caliber doesn't feel amazing, maybe, but Clockwork Goblin feels okay. Elic certainly feels okay. Bomber, it's okay. And Boom will presumably feel good. So the question is, what complementary pieces do you add into this deck? Are there any other things that are really exciting that we forgot here? Like, would we add a Lackey package, for instance? No, but I think we could add a mech package very easily. Clockwork Goblin's a mech. I think mechs are just the kind of supporting pieces for Warrior. I do think you want the deck to be probably a little bit more defensively minded, right? You could build it as sort of a mid-range deck a little bit, right? But the problem is you got to make sure you have enough time for your bombs to connect. If your bombs don't connect, the game doesn't go long enough for them to draw your bombs, then you're never going to get there. So you have to have at least a mid-rangey deck, I think, to make it work, which means I think we can build in a nice mech package. I'm going to toss in the Boom Reaver right now, even though I don't think he's going to stay, for the record. I think we'll end up cutting the Boom Reaver. But I do want other supporting mechs and control cards here. So Dynamatic, absolutely. We're going to go grab a Ziliax. I might as well grab a Brawl now, because I think it's probably going to stick. Super Collider is intriguing. We might have to pass on that, though, if we have the Wrench Caliber, which is a problem, perhaps. It's already not a good sign. Dr. Boom Mad Genius for sure is going to connect with that. And then, can I select Mech down here? Is there a way to select Mech? These are not in... Oh, no, that's not a selection tool. That's just a... Here I can do Mech, I bet. Mech had no results? Whoa, why is that so laggy? Mech is not in here. Mech? There we go. Really, maybe just want Ziliax. I don't know if I need more of a mech package than that, right? Oh, Omega Assembly might be nice. Omega Assembly could be good. We're at 18 out of 30 cards though, so I do have a little bit of leeway here of stuff to work with. I didn't grab a Turning Rover. That's one I want. I grabbed Dynamatic, right? Yeah, okay, it's in there. Omega Assembly, yes. So this is giving me a bit of a curve. I have some control cards. I don't really think Boom Reaver makes sense, right? There's just that's fun, but it doesn't make any sense at all. Anything like War Gears? Probably not, right? We just want survivability, I think. I think this is going to be more of a control deck, right? Oh, Bank Vault. Yes, Bank Vault's sick. Yes, perfect. Exactly what we need. Safeguard. Yeah, that's great news. Oh, Omega Devastator is good too. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's another one we want. That's a great control card, Omega card, late game card. So, yeah, perfect. What I need now is just a few other supplementary card draw mechanics and survivability mechanics, I think. We have 2 brawls. We have a lot of defensive survivability with both the Turning Rover, Scrap Hound, and Ziliax, and Safeguard. Like, those are all good. Swingy cards with Dynamatic and Devastator. Game plan cards with Bomber. I mean, I'm assuming the bombs are enough to win most games. If you just live long enough, the bombs will carry you to victory, right? Like, that's the idea. Will that idea work? I guess we'll find out. We'll find out Tuesday. We'll see. So I think Shield Block makes a lot of sense, right? Shield Block's the kind of card we just want. And then I think I want more card draw, right? Do I need more card draw? Or do I perhaps want to run like... Are any of these, by the way, rotating, or is this already filtered for rotation? I didn't think about rotating cards. Is this already... Oh, yes, that's Year of the Dragon. Okay. That's good news. I was like, wait, it does feel like some stuff's missing. I was like, where is Reckless Flurry? Which we shouldn't have, because it's not available, and we don't. Okay, perfect. What other Shield Slam? I don't know if we're going to have enough armor in this deck. We might, thanks to Scrap Hound and a Turning Rover, but it's not like Odd Warrior where you've got it guaranteed. I feel like that might be risky. Hey, Jay Gomez, how's it going, man? What about the other Omega card? We have that in there, Omega Devastator. We forgot it at first, but I think he's a great fit. Great idea. Maybe just like a Super Collider or 2 is actually fine. I didn't know if we'd have room, but we have 29 cards, so I don't see why not. It's a different thing than the Rinch caliber. I think Baleful would be a little too greedy. Barista, it's a possibility. I feel like it's probably too greedy. Oh, Warpaths might be nice, actually. Yes, I think I actually like 2 Warpaths better than another Super Collider. Warpath just gives me more AOE. I don't want to get too greedy on like all bomb shuffling. I think we have to be able to stay alive and support the bomb package. You know, like we have to live first. So having AOEs, having survivability is really important. So now we have a couple AoE removals with Warpath Brawl. We have some really nice tempo cards, swing cards, a Dynamatic Devastator. We have some Cycle. I don't really have a lot of Cycle. Omega Assembly generates cards. I'm probably going to be playing on curve fairly often. Yeah, we probably don't need a ton of card draw. Makes me nervous that we only have 2 card draw cards, though. Because generation isn't really what we want. Is there any other good card draw we could run? I mean, Acolyte of Pain exists. We do have Warpaths. I don't know if Assembly is going to be good enough. What do you guys think? Is the 2-mana mech guy better than Armorsmith? I think so because of magnetic cards. Like Ziliax plus Scrap Hound is like 5 armor and 5 lifesteal, right? And we don't have a ton of magnetic cards in the deck necessarily, but Boom Mad Genius can certainly get us some. So I think so. I think he's actually okay early too. Forge of Souls, I mean, it does draw a handful of cards. That's not wrong. Is that in standard format still? Is Forge from, I think Forge might be from Frozen Throne, right? So not. Is 2 Elec not overkill? I actually think it kind of is overkill. I think 1 Elec is overkill, to be honest with you. I'm kind of doing it for the sake of chat. I think I'd almost rather run 2 Acolyte of Pains or something. Or like whatever other card draw card, Slam or something, you know, whatever it is. I feel like I'd rather have more resource generation. Or resource draw at least. Are there any other new card draws in Rise of Shadows that make sense for us? Like improve morale. No, that's lackeys. No. No. We could run a Hecklebot too, by the way. It's like a tech card. C4 bomber is easily worse than Elec cut the bombers. Well, I don't know. Maybe. The problem is Elec you have to combo. You don't have to combo bomber. You can just play this on its own and feel okay. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, these can also shuffle a bomb, but they're more dependent on having multiple things. Going too deep into the bomb side is going to make it a meme. It might, but I want it to still be a bomb-themed deck. Like, you probably heard me say this in my review, where it's like, well, to make Dr. Boom work, you probably only need like 2 or 3 bomb cards. You may not need a full package, but in this case, we still want it to be, we want to explore the archetype, right? Like, we want to fully explore it. Lynchin is a kind of generator, but not enough Battlecry minions. I think I'm going to just add in like Acolyte of Pain. The problem is we don't have a lot, but Warpath is probably reason enough to run an Acolyte. Like, you don't have a ton of activators for the Acolyte, but sometimes the Acolyte itself is sufficient, and then Warpath really helps. So maybe I cut the second bomber and add an Acolyte. How about that? 2 Acolytes probably makes this deck more of a real deck and less of a kind of bomb meme deck. So it's sort of a mech control bomb warrior. It has a little of all 3, but theoretically it's a bomb deck first and foremost. I think I'm fairly happy with this. I think I think the deck could use War Gear to help balance out the mech package. Yeah, I don't think. I'd rather just rely on generation off of Boom, I think, for that. So this is Bomb Control Warrior.